We are back. Alrighty. We're back, YouTube. Sincerest apologies. We are back, YouTube. We are back. I'll tell you what I will do. While I am fixing this little gaff on this other end, I am going to show you guys this clip that I saw today. I'm going to show you guys this clip that I saw today because it never ceases to amaze me how much the President of the United States does not have any shame. So MS Now did a compilation where Republicans were asked very specific questions when it comes to the Trump families and their business dealings and the enrichment of him and his affiliates by over $3 billion when you look at 2025, or just about $3 billion. And when you ask the Republican Party, who wanted to talk about the Biden crime family and riches and corruption and Hunter Biden's laptop, it seemed like they were awfully quiet. Awfully quiet when it came to some of his expenses. And I want to show you guys just how quiet he was. If I can get it to go up on the screen. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, all the technical difficulties today. One of the first people asked was, why am I blanking on her name? It wasn't Laura Loomer. But I'm going to go and put it back up here on the screen. And as always, YouTube, I'm going to put that in the link or in the chat for you guys to read.
Profiting off of defense contracts.
The president doesn't talk to you guys. Why should I? Using complex maneuvers to pocket millions of dollars from our adversary. It is time to impeach this compromised commander-in-chief.
Do you have any concerns about it? You were concerned about Hunter Biden and Burisma.
This is a tale as old as time. Politician takes action that makes money for his family, and then he tries to conceal it.
The stablecoin venture that got UAE funding. Is there any profiting off of the presidency there? What about the Kazakhstan mining venture? Is that something you're familiar with?
Vaguely heard something about that, but I have not heard it.
Does any of this, I guess, sound reminiscent of some of the Burisma concerns that you did have?
The concern here is not...
Oh, there's so much more. Corruption only matters to Republicans when they think it's a Democrat doing it. I don't know what your name is here. What is your name? Jason, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did.
How old are you?
21.
And do you regret your vote?
Nope.
And why is that?
Don't put bananas in my butt. No, don't put bananas in my butt.
Yeah, sounds about right. Hector 2, MAGA 0. Hector 2, MAGA 0. Let's continue. I take all those little stupid clips as concessions. You can't possibly articulate how Donald Trump is a good president who's actually helping the majority of Americans. So they do gay stuff, which is a concession. Ted Cruz now, one of my most hated Republican senators.
Hunter Biden's own problems, but rather it is official corruption from the then Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden, and now the President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Are you concerned at all by the Trump son's investments that have benefited from defense contracts and the Kazakhstan mining venture? Is that on your radar at all?
I don't have concerns on that front.
There are very legitimate questions about his ties to China, his ties to Burisma, his ties in Ukraine. We need to know the truth because it's affecting our policy right now.
Do you have any overall concerns about profiting off of the presidency for the Trump family?
Well, I love how you guys all of a sudden are like, oh, now we want to pay attention to something. Everybody should be treated the same.
Overall, is this something that you have looked into at all?
Sherry, I'm not having this interview here on the side of the road.
Mind you, when you actually put requests into their offices for comments, they also don't like to have those interviews. They also don't like to have those comments. So interesting how they dodged those questions. Very interesting how they dodged those questions. They didn't have anything to say with the recent ruling by the Treasury, Scott Bessent, when it came to the elimination of the requirement here for domestic companies to report on behalf of having, if you have to have at least 28-30% stake in a lot of different companies to reduce like shell corporations. They didn't have any energy for that whatsoever. Mind you, we're putting all the emphasis on foreign entities, despite the fact that a large portion of that crime would be here in the United States. Yeah, Yeah. Sounds about GOP. Sounds about GOP. But that being said, because of that and many other things, the Trump administration and their supporters are growing weaker and weaker by the day, which is only going to give, thank you so much, Jess, for the money gun. W suggests, I appreciate you, which is only going to give Democrats and the DSA, quite frankly, a leg up in the general elections come November. And maybe you're one of those people who's not so much concerned about party politics anymore, but you're more concerned about the fact that you want America to work on behalf of you, the taxpayer, the voter, the person who's overly represented here in this United States. And for those reasons and more, you regret your vote. And that's why I created this live. This is a safe space for those individuals to come up here and express all the reasons that made them get off the MAGA plantation with minimal judgment. And I say minimum because I cannot speak for the chat. I can only speak for myself. So if you are a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, you may request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. And those of you over on the tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Or if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you think he's doing a great job, then guess what? I'm here to tell you that you're dead wrong, and I can articulate that with empirical data and not just my fifis, although my fifis are very strong about the president. It's also because the data reflects the things that I'm saying, which is that Donald Trump heads the worst administration ever and is the worst president. And of course, part of the additional prompt, at least the YouTubers should be able to see it better. We are also going to be speaking to people who have questions about midterm elections. So I'm going to incorporate it into this conversation as well. If you want to ask questions about that, you may request up or call in the number on screen. But wait, there's more. So we have another jobs report that wasn't looking so tight. And I just wanted to play you guys what Scott Bessent had to say about that. Not to mention, he had one hell of a way of also trying to clean up for the, whatchamacallit. He was also trying to clean up for the fact that the nation is now $40 trillion in debt under Trump's rule. And this is his comments, okay?
You know, I just wanted to get your read on the economy as we see oil prices marching higher again. We have seen tremendous resilience, as you noted, from the consumer, but there are signs that the job market may be cracking a little bit. Got a weak job report last month. I'm curious about your assessment as to how much we can handle all of this.
I think the jobs numbers are quite noisy, and again, Sarah, the other thing that's important too is like the jobs that we're seeing are going to Americans after the deportations that we've seen during President Trump's administration and the closing of the border. That like this unfettered migration, we don't need to produce as many jobs. And
you know, I just wanted to.
We don't need to produce as many jobs. First off, what you just saw is the comment, when in doubt, when backed in a corner, when you have nothing else to offer, when you have no defense for the indefensible, bring up the border. That's their go-to for every single thing. And it's literally tied into white supremacy. It's literally tied into the fear-mongering tactic of everyone abroad wants to harm you and people here are better. That's what all of that is about. That's the reason why they throw immigration at every single thing. Literally every single thing they respond with immigration. Maybe it's the fact that because AI is not being regulated, specifically in red states that don't want it, supported by the Trump administration, who passed an executive order to stop states from individually regulating it to the degree that they want to, which only so much that did, executive orders. However, it was just the sentiment of it. Maybe that's the reason why the unemployment is so bad. Maybe it's because the Trump administration decided to lay off millions of people in several key departments that led to him literally having to hire them back when he realized how important those departments are. Some of them anyway. Maybe it's because the economy is not doing as well as you think it is. Just saying. Just saying. Since the borders closed, don't let them blame measles outbreak on immigrants. Have they tried to do that before? It wouldn't surprise me, but I haven't heard that. I actually haven't heard that, but it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. You guys take your bets on this troll right here. Take your bets on how much of this guy is going to be a troll. Harry, did you vote for Donald Trump? You're going to say weird butt
No,
stuff.
but I can bark. Woof, 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 woof.
Took no time.
Yes, you were right. Woof.
Took no time whatsoever. Hector 3, MAGA 0. Hector 3, MAGA 0. A former advisor to infectious disease expert Anthony Fauci pleaded guilty on Tuesday to conspiring to evade public records laws and conceal government documents related to research funding in the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. Okay. I don't know what point you think that proves. Is that the new argument that we're using to say that the vaccines weren't effective? Is that the new argument to say that the shutdown and the social distancing weren't necessary? Is that the new argument that we're using to say that it was made in a lab where China conspired with Biden? Is that the end all be all? Did you read the actual guilty plea itself? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh yeah, I know what he did. I know what he did, Shelley. That's what I'm saying. I know exactly what he did. But of course, it's because of his relation to Fauci, where everyone's going, see this thing happening here, so that means everything is undone. This is yet another issue of, I don't know, I guess some Democrats just really liking to use their personal email over public servers and having public records. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. You guys have got to get over Fauci. I promise you. I promise you. The secret to fixing the world does not come in Fauci's prosecution. In fact, you would make it less safe by that logic, because then you'd not be respecting the research and the science and the energy and work that him and his departments put forward to protecting this country from an outbreak. That's what happens when we just undermine Fauci and his team. Friendly reminder that while you guys are sitting here undermining Fauci, Donald Trump gave him an award for his service during the pandemic. Donald Trump gave him an award, the award that he then tried to walk back when he found it convenient to criticize and demonize Anthony Fauci. He couldn't even remember that he gave it to him. Couldn't even do that. And there's no protection now? Yeah. I'm always going to blank on the name of it, so forgive me. But, the butt lettuce. Diarrhea lettuce. The diarrhea lettuce, bro. The diarrhea lettuce is dangerous. And shout out to the banana raiders. W to the banana raiders. Appreciate you guys coming in. That diarrhea lettuce, bro. The diarrhea lettuce taking over. Flu outbreaks upticking. We can look at the measles. Here in a place like Texas, I believe we have the highest concentrated cases in the country, if I'm not mistaken. It's here in Texas when it comes to that outbreak, because of course Texas doesn't really respect regulations when it comes to health. Let's keep it $1.50 with you. We have the bare minimum with like food safety because of our restaurants, and that attracts people here. We don't care about anything else. We don't care about anything else. We don't care about anything else. Who headed up Operation Warp Speed? Exactly. He got the vaccine himself. Donald Trump got the vaccine himself, and then was the quickest to go spread misinformation about it. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Any case, Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, we call the number on the screen, 737-295-5321. The butt lettuce reminded me of the Joey Raiders. That's actually insane. And he got a booster this year. He's been getting boosters for years. If I'm not mistaken. He's been getting boosters for years. Troll, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did.
And do you regret your vote?
No.
Why is that?
Because, when I look at Donald Trump, I see a sexy, handsome man whose dick I would like to suck.
Not surprising.
Suck his dick. I want to suck his dick.
I know you do. Trust me. This comes to no surprise to anyone. Hector 4, MAGA 0. This comes to no surprise to anyone on our side of the aisle. I just want to make that super duper clear. Cool? Great. Zen, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
And there came his violation. And do you regret your vote?
No.
Why is that?
Because I have no reason to regret it.
Cool. I can start with 4 reasons that you absolutely should.
Like which one?
Easy, simple. Donald Trump does not respect the First Amendment when it comes to his political enemies.
In what way?
In what way? We can start with ABC. You aware of the lawsuit that they filed against the FCC because of their violation of the First Amendment rights and the aggressive attacks that they put up against them?
Who filed the lawsuit?
ABC.
ABC filed a lawsuit against who?
FCC.
Okay, so ABC filed a lawsuit against the FCC, and that's Donald Trump's fault?
I'm sorry. I don't think you're tracking. So the FCC is chaired, is headed by Brendan Carr, who is a Donald Trump appointee who was picked by Project 2025, the thing he tried to distance himself from and then bragged about basically having affiliations after he won the Oval Office. And then under the FCC, Donald Trump's picks, his orders are Brendan Carr's jobs to execute, such as political persecution of the freedom of speech from ABC. We saw this reflected in Jimmy Kimmel. We saw this with, what's his name of the other guy? And then more so specifically, the renewal of the licensing that they just made, or they're subjecting ABC to do years before it was expired.
Okay. And so does the lawsuit itself not have a legal basis? Is that your argument? Or your argument is that
I'm sorry.
the actual...
If my entire argument is you should regret your vote because Donald Trump
So you
doesn't
never
respect
read,
the
you don't
First
know the
Amendment,
precedent then.
doesn't
You have
respect
no
the
idea
First Amendment.
what's the legal basis
I don't
of
think you're
this
hearing what I'm
lawsuit.
saying, so I'm going to go ahead and finish it because you're responding to things I'm not saying and you're not tracking very well. If my argument is that the FCC violated ABC's First Amendment rights, which is why they sued the FCC because of Trump's orders and him not respecting their freedom of speech because they're his political enemies, then I would be making the argument that the legality of their lawsuit is very much sound. And I would point to the evidence, as I just did, to support my claim.
Beautiful. I love that.
Are you tracking now?
Yes, I'm tracking. And I think that they're clearly exercising their rights. And they're going to get their day in court.
The ABC filing the lawsuit wasn't the point in question.
And they're not suing Trump, by the way. They're suing the FCC, you said, right?
What did I literally just say?
Right.
Who is Brendan Carr? Who was Brendan Carr appointed by? Who is he picked by?
Trump, you said, right?
And is Brendan Carr in correlation with the president and their priorities? Is there a correlation there?
Of course.
Okay. So then what Brendan Carr would be doing would be in line with the Trump administration's directives, correct?
Right. But it's up to the courts to interpret the law and decide if it's actually unconstitutional. You yourself here on TikTok.
Yes, of course. I'm here to make the argument, regardless, that the attempt to do what they did to the Trump administration, to ABC, that they have not given out to the likes of Newsmax or Fox Entertainment or any of the right-wing networks, is a clear example of political persecution. Donald Trump has had it out for ABC for years now. Thank you, Ann, for the finger hearts. I appreciate you. Years. Do you understand that?
And we'll see what happens when they go to court.
Yeah.
We'll see how.
I'm sorry. Do you think that's the only case I can bring up to you that shows that Donald Trump violated the Constitution? Simple. We can talk about the executive order that he passed that attempted to imprison people for up to a year for burning the American flag, regardless of it being their private property, even though Supreme Court case precedent showed that it was freedom of expression to do so.
And what happened when he passed that executive order?
It was stopped by the lower courts.
Okay. Again, number 2, the job of the judicial branch is to interpret the law. Perfect. Number 3, let's go through each case that you disagree with that the judicial branch did their job. Tell me.
I'm sorry. I'm not arguing the judicial branch. I'm arguing the executive branch under Trump and the violations.
Sure. I mean, so Trump is a politician, right? His job is to do political things in accordance with the Constitution, which is legally binding. And so if he does something that is unconstitutional,
violating the Constitution.
If he does something that is unconstitutional, that's the court's job. Right? It's called separation of powers.
Yeah, the checks and balances that Donald Trump has been pushing to the brink. You're correct.
He won't be able to change. Trump is not a king. He's not an elected king.
Well, he wants to be.
I guess, sure, maybe he wants to be, but he won't be. Because we have a very strong judicial. Did you see the case with the IRS? With the slush fund?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Todd Blanche created a document to confirm his confirmation, where he said that he would not look into it and he would exempt the Trump administration from future IRS audits. And then as just Monica, actually, she's in the comments there, has explained, because they haven't signed that document, it's still not even officially binding.
That's not what I'm talking about.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
A
what happened with the case.
Democrat
I brought up what
appointed
happened to the
judge
case.
looked at the case and threw it out. That's what happened with that case.
Again,
and now it's going to the Court of Appeals.
Yeah, they keep trying to appeal it because Donald Trump wants to pay $1.776 billion to domestic terrorists.
Right, and it's not going to happen because we have a very strong rule of law in this country. Thank God.
Okay, great. So I'm glad that you trust the rule of law, even as the Trump administration is trying to literally discredit and challenge the appointees that would be there upholding it, which would only even more so support my argument. You're sitting here saying that because the checks and balances exist and they've worked in these scenarios, then everything's working as it should be, when that was never intentionally my argument. My argument was Donald Trump's pushing of the brake. My argument was Donald Trump's violations to begin with, and the fact that he keeps trying again and again and again and again. But in every single horrible thing that I mentioned, and how it's a clear violation even before it's determined by the courts to be so, you seem to be unfazed by those actions and more fazed by the fact that, according to you, those Democrat appointed judges are the ones who are upholding the law and keeping the Constitution in unfractured.
Not at all. They're actually making the Constitution stronger.
When did I say that the Democratic appointed judges were making them weaker? Are you listening to the words coming out of my mouth?
No, you're complaining about the executive when it's on. His job is to do things. If those things aren't
his job are to do things, according to you, in alignment with the Constitution, so that the judicial branch doesn't have to check him. So that
it's not.
Millions
Where
of
does it
dollars,
say
if
it
not
has to be
billions of dollars, are not sitting there and being stretched thin because the president does not respect its laws. Or
So
excuse me,
Congress
amendments, I should say.
And the president, right? Congress and the president, they can both do things that are unconstitutional and get struck down by the courts. That doesn't make them corrupt.
That's correct. No, not inherently. But if several things establish a clear pattern of not being consistent with the Constitution, one would make the argument. Also, if you really don't want to go down the corruption route, one can make the argument that they do not respect that document and they do not respect the laws. They only care about what they can get the United States to do in their favor.
But that's every president.
I'm sorry, can you tell me when's the last time, can you tell me what high profile cases clearly violated the Constitution that was put forward under the Biden administration?
Every single president has.
That wasn't my question. Can you give me a high profile case of the Biden administration having the Supreme Court shut something they did down?
So you're saying if the Supreme
Court
Court shuts down
don't tell me what I'm saying
action,
when I ask the question.
They're corrupt.
Don't tell me what I'm saying when I ask the question. It was a very specific question. If you don't know the answer, just say you don't know. So I'm going to ask it again. Can you give me an example of something that the Biden administration did that had to go up to any other courts or Supreme Court that was a clear violation of any of the amendments in the Constitution?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure there was cases like that.
Sure. I mean, I just want to know what they are. The best I can tell you off the top of my head is when Biden tried to forgive the student loan debt for millions of Americans, and then they said the methodology that he used was unconstitutional. That's the best I can think of. And I can only wonder, wow, okay, cool. If it was unconstitutional, so be it. But I find it interesting that when Biden tried to help more Americans, they found it unconstitutional, whereas Donald Trump just wants to shut people up who disagree with him.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I don't agree with the Supreme Court all the time either. I mean, I think it's that we have a lot of problems in this country.
This wasn't about agreement or disagreement with the Supreme Court. You're really trying to pivot away from the fact that Donald Trump is doing what he's doing, and I think it's really embarrassing.
So it says here, right, the case that you're referring to, Biden v. Nebraska.
I love how to give you ammo. That was satisfactory.
Okay.
Go ahead, tell me.
You put it.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. What you said is that the 6-3 decision, the executive branch overstepped its authority without explicit approval from Congress. That doesn't make Biden corrupt.
I'm sorry. Did you miss the whole point I was trying to make?
Then the other one is Title.
I think the violations are drastically
Title
different.
9 overhaul.
One violation was just simply not going through Congress to help Americans. The other violation was trying to silence or give additional hurdles to opposition you don't like. I think those decisions are drastically different. Erica, you can chime in whenever you like.
I think that the confusion is, and I think you did explain this pretty well, Hector, is that you're not arguing what the function of the judicial branch is. It's the act itself that Donald Trump is consistently and persistently violating the Constitution. He is doing this like no other president before him has done. Not even Nixon can hold a candle to Donald Trump. Right now, there are over 330 active cases challenging Donald Trump's, basically his interpretation of the Constitution. And I think one of the main ways that we can look at this is the separation of powers, especially when it comes to tariffs, and how Donald Trump is continuously trying to levy tariffs as basically, what I'm going to say, as a sole arbiter of doing so, when we know that the Constitution strictly and definitely delegates that task to Congress. So we know that part. That's why his IEPA tariffs that he tried to levy all throughout 2025 were deemed unconstitutional, because of the fact is that he doesn't have the authority to do so. So he keeps going above his authority as the president of the United States of America. He keeps bypassing Congress to do things in. And that's the point that Hector is trying to make. So he has a disregard, a disrespect for the Constitution, which is the law of the land, the foundation of our system here in the United States of America. Does that make sense to you?
The Supreme Court has multiple cases as well where it claimed that the Biden administration overstepped its constitutional bounds as well, including OSHA vaccine, NFIB v. OSHA, CDC eviction moratorium, Alabama Association of Realtors versus HHS. And there's other cases here.
Again,
because that's how the system works.
Well, I'm aware of how the system works. What were the rulings of said cases? What were the intentions behind the decisions? That's what we're going over. That's the context that you're conveniently leaving out of these conversations. And I love that you're finally doing research for the first time on behalf of all these things that you mentioned.
No, because
keep doing
I
it.
don't follow
I just
every
want to
single
know.
action
I
of
just
the
want to know.
executives.
This isn't about the
they're corrupt.
overstepping of the boundary, my guy, because no one made that argument solely. My very specific language was, specifically in regards to the First Amendment, Donald Trump's consistent and persistent attempts to silence people who oppose him. That cannot be reflected in the Biden administration in any Supreme Court order or lower ones.
Sure. I mean, I'll look into that case for sure about ABC. And if you're right, I will concede 100% that, Trump could be trying to silence his opponents.
I'm sorry. Are you unaware of what happened to Jimmy Kimmel?
No.
No. Okay. So then you're familiar with it off the bat, off the top of your head. You understand exactly what happened to him when he made the comments about Charlie Kirk.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. Stephen Colbert,
but that's not
that's
unconstitutional.
correct.
That's just pressure from the from the executive.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Which law did he break?
Again, literally First Amendment rights. Literally why they sued him.
So the government has the right to communicate with private companies.
What was the basis of the pressure? What was the legal basis of the pressure?
It's not that the executive has the right to communicate with private companies.
What was the legal? Yeah, communicate. That you just said it was pressure. Better yet,
verbal.
He was pulled. Pressure. He was pulled off the air indefinitely. So the pressure wasn't a threat. He was just pulled. It was
done. Not a threat.
He was gone.
It was just the ABC executives wanting to be aligned with the president. That's all.
The ABC executives wanted to be aligned with the president?
It was a corporate decision, 100%.
Then how'd he get put back on the air?
Because there was backlash from the public.
So I have a question for you, Zen. All right, Zen, what distinguishes unlawful coercion versus persuasion? What's the difference between the two?
So on unlawful coercion, I mean, I would have to look at the statutes. Are you talking about federal or state law?
We're talking about in regards to Donald Trump. So it'd be federal, friend. So what's the difference between unlawful coercion and persuasion?
So let me see. Federal power becomes unlawful coercion when the government uses financial threats or direct orders to force state and local compliance, violating constitutional principles.
So when Donald Trump had Brendan Carr threaten the licenses of affiliate stations, ABC affiliate stations said that he was going to take away their licenses if they continued to air Jimmy Kimmel's show. All right. Was that unlawful coercion? Was that them financially pressuring them?
Well, if he actually like threatened them, right, and there is actual public evidence and that can document these threats, 100%.
100% he did? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, is there evidence?
Yeah, there actually is evidence of it. That's exactly what happened.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm very serious.
Is Brandon Carr still working in the administration?
Yes, he is. He's still the chief, FCC chief. So yeah.
He said he knew about this case.
I thought you said that too.
Let me see. Carr stated publicly on the record, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. These companies can find ways to take actions on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. Is that what you're talking about?
You just read it, bro.
Is that what you're talking about?
You just read it, bro. What are we doing?
Well, the Trump administration argues that this action does not constitute political censorship or retaliation.
Yeah, but tell me what the legal basis was for Brendan Carr's threat.
Holding broadcasters accountable to their legal public interest obligations.
Okay, legal public interest obligations. How was that public interest obligation violated?
Let me see.
Really quickly, W's in the chat to Dean for the $2 Venmo. Read him the oath Trump swore when he was inaugurated. Oh, he knows it. He literally said the executive branch has to do things that are in accordance with the Constitution, in alignment with the Constitution. The fact that they sometimes pass orders that may overstep Congress and may violate the constitutional authority doesn't change the fact that that is the president's job, per what he literally said. But W's in the chat to you, Dean. I appreciate your support. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Also, please make sure that while Erica is co-hosting with us, that we take care of her as well. Let's run her coin up, and her links are also available. Those of you who are on the YouTube side, hit the like button on the stream, subscribe, and turn on notification bells. And if you want to support the platform, super chat, super sticker, or consider becoming a member. It's giving ChatGPT a workout. No, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm just fascinated at the fact that this isn't like this well-established knowledge. I felt like we've already been over this heavily, especially after September of last year when Charlie Kirk started leaning left. Or did you guys just choose to ignore that information? Mind you, this is coming from the bases that screamed and cried that the Biden administration was the most like threatening against anyone who opposed their views.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was fascinating. W's for the gifts. I appreciate y'all.
So it says here there's a powerful legal precedent for what the FCC is doing. And this is why the lawsuit has substantial legal backing.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Whose lawsuit?
Say it again? Yeah. Say it again, Zen. If you don't say it exactly how you just said it.
The FCC is relying on its broad statutory authority under the Communications Act of 1934. The agency will argue that courts owe high deference to federal agencies performing routine compliance checks. If the FCC can prove FCC was non-compliant with standards, it has the right to audit.
Duh, we're aware of that. My question to you was, what was the violation of the public interest statute that you mentioned?
You mean the specific statute itself or the actual act?
The act, the statute, tell me where was the violation? If the act warranted the threat, where was the violation in the act? What was violating about what Jimmy Kimmel said?
Let me see. God, there's so much BS around this. I got to do more research, to be honest, just to make sure, because you're right, I am using AI, and I don't want to say some BS.
Yeah, we know.
But I am curious. Okay, so do you know that, like, according to the FCC, which act did ABC violate that triggered that?
It's not about the act for me. You can mention the act. We all are aware of the fact that when you have your licensing, you have a responsibility to not do certain things, right? Everyone knows that. You can't just violate that. Or yes, you can have your license pulled. What we're specifically contending here, because according to you, you're saying the FCC had a legal basis for doing so. What was the action that warranted the threat? What was the action that would give them the legal authority and protection to do what they did to Jimmy Kimmel and others? That's the question.
Well, it says that he actively and intentionally misled the American public about a major political.
What was the act? I know what the Trump administration and the FCC keeps saying. What was the act?
What Jimmy Kimmel said about the political.
What did he say?
What happened to Charlie Kirk? He said something about it.
What did he say?
He was joking about it or something like that, right?
Joking.
I don't know what the exact words were. I don't follow these things, man.
So a joke violated the act. I'm trying to find the clip now just to speed this along.
No, I have the quote for you. I'm pulling it up.
I want to play it. I want to play it. I'm going to play it for everyone. I think it's important that we hear what would warrant such an aggressive response from the FCC. I just want you guys to hear just how snowflakey that Jimmy Kimmel was when he made this joke that warranted the Trump administration's strong response for what he said. God damn it, I'm trying to find this clip. Jimmy Kimmel. I thought X would be good, so I'm trying to figure out how to find it. Let's do Kimmel, Charlie. Let's do Charlie Kirk. Joke. No, this is not it. This is not it. This is responses to it. This is AI. Sounding. Jokes. Nope. This isn't it. Damn it! Why is this so hard to find? I think this may be it. I think this is it. Okay, here we go. I think I found it. Let me put this up on the screen. And this, I believe, is the clip.
New lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
Go ahead, Erica.
So like the joke is absolutely it's so innocuous that it's like it's whatever. Like it was just Donald Trump again, all right, going beyond the bully pulpit to actually threaten, all right, a comedian because he didn't think that what he said was funny because he took offense to it or he didn't like it, however you want to put it. The thing is that you do then have to look at the actual case precedent before you. You want to look at Bantam Books versus Sullivan. You want to look at that one from 1963, which actually sets the case precedent for what is considered unlawful coercion. Right? When the government starts using their own agencies to actually make threats against these private businesses, these private citizens, to do something that they find to be more favorable, that is coercion. You can't do that. That's a violation of the Constitution. And we can see that the Trump administration is okay with doing that because, again, They didn't just threaten ABC once. They did it multiple times, not just with Jimmy Kimmel, but also with threatening ABC's actual licenses by saying that they were going to investigate them. And if they weren't in line with certain policies, that they would revoke their licenses by end of year. That's not okay. Brendan Carr did that. Also, another thing is that Brendan Carr told ABC and other private companies that if they didn't do equal airtime for different political candidates and favorable reporting, all right, for like the war in Iran, that they also would have their licenses pulled. They did these things. That's using the agency to make threats. You can't do that. That's coercion.
Right. I mean, I think that the primary way to hold the FCC accountable, based on everything we've discussed so far, is to go through the courts. And so as of now, there is a lawsuit filed by ABC and Disney in the U.S. District Court for District for DC, right? There's a judge, Lauren Alican, sorry if I mispronounced that. And I think they issued a preliminary injunction that forces the FCC to halt its early license reviews and freeze all retaliatory investigations. And I believe that the judge even said something more serious than that, something like, if you even try to do any more of this, we'll, So I think in the end, if it's true that the chairman did abuse his power, then we're going to see our beautiful courts work.
The thing, though, is that what you're missing, this is the last thing I say because Hector wants to say something, of course. The thing is that you're missing the point. The point about it all is that the Trump administration himself and the people that work for him in the executive branch keep going, all right, around, above, under the Constitution, straight through it. They're using the Constitution as toilet paper and they're wiping their behinds with it because they don't care about it. It's a blatant abuse of power on their end. All right, you keep saying go through the courts, go through the courts. The damage has already been done, though, because our courts are not proactive. Our courts are reactive. So the damage has already been done. I don't want to pivot. So I would just say we would have to look at how this mass immigration effort is being handled and how many due process violations the Trump administration has been found to have committed. There's a lot. I won't go into detail because, again, I don't want to pivot. But I think that you're purposely missing the point here. The point is not whether or not the courts, all right, can do anything about it. The point is that the Trump administration continuously violates our Constitution without a care in the world, right? When he is supposed to uphold the Constitution because he did, in fact, take an oath to do so.
Yeah, I mean, to be frank with you, I do agree with you that Trump doesn't respect the law and he's weaponizing the DOJ as well. That was very clear, but I think it's impossible to hold him accountable because the president already has immunity. The Supreme Court already ruled. And all you can do is hold his people accountable. Actions.
So again, that is something where a court would have to determine that that action was presidential and in the interest of national security or the United States and not for personal purposes. Of course, there's going to be a lot of leeway with that, or word games that are played.
I mean, I think I think Biden made a mistake, or the Biden administration, DOJ, of not prosecuting Trump faster and letting him get reelected. That's
oh, fuck you. No. You don't get to play this game of, Biden's DOJ failed, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about Trump. We're talking about the man that you voted for. We're talking about the man that you said when you came up on this panel earlier that you don't regret your vote. No, specifically you said, why should I regret my vote? Why would I have a reason to regret my vote? Mind you, we went over how Donald Trump has very much threatened the First Amendment for his political enemies. Erica's touched on other cases. You just admittedly said that you think Donald Trump has very much weaponized the DOJ, that he has broken the law. So, per your own words, would that not be a substantial enough reason not to support the man who weaponized it in that fashion?
Yeah, but I still think he's better than Kamala.
Got you. So your basis is he can break the law. He can break the law and it would be fine. Because I still think he's better than the opposing candidate who's shown nothing but a respect for the same laws and structures that has built up this country. That's what you want to go with?
I don't care if Trump breaks the law because the courts work. That's my point.
Oh, okay.
Now, what you said
And what
about due
happens when they
process
don't?
for immigration,
And what
that is
happens if
fucked
they
up.
don't? What
Because
happens if they don't?
no, because the thing is
What
that you
happened
can't
if
hold-
Donald Trump's appointees or Donald Trump's literally attempts to restructure the judicial branch to a way that's more favorable to him works? What happens then? I
is he
love
gonna
how so
restructure the
much. I
judicial
love how
branch?
so much of this shit is built on. Well, we have the checks and balances, so he can do whatever you want, and because fuck Kamala Harris. But what happens? What happens
How can
if he
Trump
decides
restructure
to?
the judicial
What happens?
branch?
No. What happens if he decides to continue to violate the judicial branch? Because we have examples of him doing that as well. What happens when the judicial branch isn't enough?
It is enough.
You're giving cases where it has worked. You're completely ignoring the fact that Donald Trump has stepped over rulings. You're stepping over the fact that the DOJ has stepped over rulings. They don't respect the judicial branch.
Right.
So, whether it works or not isn't the issue here. The issue is there could come a point in time where it doesn't. Better yet, I don't give a fuck if that happens. I don't care if our checks and balances, our judicial system works every single time. The fact that he's pushing it is the entire point. You elected a man who doesn't respect the law. You elected a literal criminal over the prosecutor. That's the issue that I have. Meanwhile, your party ran off of law and order.
No, I agree with you. I think that Trump has many flawed and contradicting views, as every president.
Flawed and can you name a view as gross and disgusting as violating the judicial branch and suppressing free speech that took place under the previous administration?
Look, I'm gonna research Biden and Obama. Okay, I need a few days though, but I'm sure that they did.
So you
violate
don't
it.
know. So this is all based off of a theory. They absolutely
trust
did.
the system.
They
I
absolutely
trust the
no.
system.
I don't give a shit about your trust. You said I'm sure all these other presidents did this, right? And it's based off of a theory. It's based off of a feeling. You have no actual case or evidence that you could present right now. You have to do research into it. Meanwhile, I can name several cases off the top of my head. Erica, I actually would like you to pivot. Guys, continue to double tap that screen. Make sure you're sharing out the live with your friends and family.
I brought you like 500
give a good
views,
repost
by
and
the
add
way,
to the
so
story.
You should be happy with me.
My existence brings me views. You're just fodder. For
Nah,
the machine.
dude, it's our
Go ahead and
conversation.
send the daily
Algorithm
heart
is
meets.
pushing
Go
you
ahead and
up.
send the so conversations fuel our algorithm. Okay, cool. Love that you own that. Anyways, W is Jamie for the Galaxy. I appreciate you. Knock out the goals here. Make sure to continue taking care of Erica if you wouldn't mind, because I'm trying to fix this graphic over here. If you wouldn't mind, Erica.
Okie dokie. All right. So we can talk about Donald Trump and due process, Zen, and how his administration has about 20,000 cases filed against them for due process violations of undocumented immigrants. And the federal courts thus far, the lower courts, and have found found his administration to be in violation of the Fifth Amendment at least 17,600 times. So that's over 80% at this point that the Trump administration has violated people's due process rights. With that being said, the Supreme Court has found at least 2 times that the Trump administration has violated someone's due process rights, specifically in regards to JGG v. Trump, which is the case of the Venezuelan migrants who were sent to CCOT, and also Kilmar Abrego Garcia. So again, the whole point that Hector is making here is that the Trump administration has shown a trend of violating, disrespecting, disregarding, and just saying fuck it to the U.S. Constitution. How can you argue that they haven't?
Are you familiar that in September 2011, and the executive branch violated due process of an American citizen in Yemen called Anwar al-Awlaki, and a dual American Yemeni citizen? And this is considered.
That's a massive
This is
pivot.
considered by legal scholars and civil liberties
massive
groups
pivot.
the most extreme violation of the executive.
There's a massive pivot.
You are saying here that Trump
because
is
you
the
just
worst,
answered
and
a
I'm telling you, according
question.
to the experts,
You
Obama was the
legit
worst.
just answered a question with a question. Is what you just did. Right? So with that
I'm
being
replying
said,
to your claim with evidence.
please address what I said to you. Let's address, all right, the
I just sneezed. 1 second.
17,600 violations from the Trump administration 2 of those being found to be in violation by the Supreme Court. Let's address that. I'm trying to eat cereal. You trying to fix a graphic. We are having fun.
My bad. Let me go. Hold on. Here you go. Because I had to make the ask me about midterms part a little bit bigger. I think that's a lot easier to read.
Can you bring it down some?
Bring it down? Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. I can bring it about right there. About right there. And it should fit. I know it is still a little bit. Oh, see, now it's leaking out a little bit. Hold on. Also, I asked him about the last president. If you think we're gonna go play this game of trying to justify what previous administrations have done that were considered overreach from the executive branch or violations of the judicial, it's not gonna happen because I don't play this game of sitting here defending presidents. I don't give a shit to do that. I'm a progressive, so I want to move on from the failures of anyone, regardless of party affiliation. Can you address what Erica said?
But you can't move away from those failures.
There's no moving away. Can you address
You just said
what
you're
Erica
progressive.
said? Because again, you can give one example from Obama. How in any way, shape, or form does that touch the sheer amount of violations across immigration, across the First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth, Sixth, Ninth, 10th, 14th, and others under the Trump administration? That's the whole point. So you can bring one, and whoever these people consider this to be, and how they evaluated that. How does that address what Erica just said? How does that address the prompt of Donald Trump?
Because, okay, I'll tell you how it addresses it. And you're not going to like it, though.
He's not.
You're not going to like it, okay? But the fact of the matter is that presidents take action before, like you said, the courts are always reactive. This is a fundamental flaw in our system. Not every country operates that way. And that's, it allows both
We're
the
not
president to be
sitting here talking about some of the flaws in our process. That is never the argument. If your entire argument is, well, Donald Trump's not that bad because any president can do the thing that he did, then no one's in disagreement with that. Every single time you rebut with your information is a way for you to pivot away from the fact that you voted for a criminal. That is exactly what you're dancing around.
Not because
you're dancing around the fact that you voted for a criminal.
don't mind
and you openly said, hold on, you literally said, you don't care that he violates the laws because of those other branches that could stop him. You have no issue whatsoever with that flaw. No. You don't care. You don't care. The reason why you don't care is because you said he was better than Kamala. So you have a threshold already set where you can break as many laws as you want, or you can violate the judicial branch as much as you want. You can have overreach in the executive branch so long as I deem you to be better than an opposing candidate.
But you do the same thing with Obama and Biden.
Incorrect, because not a single thing that you mentioned that justified.
With Obama and Biden.
Nope, never happened.
Yes.
Never heard it on this panel.
They don't make mistakes. They're the perfect.
Oh, I'm sorry. When did those words come out of my mouth?
People.
When did those words come out of my mouth?
Right?
That's a pivot. That's another pivot, by the way. Guys, spam those pivot patriots checkers in the chat. Spam those pivot patriot stickers in the chat.
Just admit you don't like them.
Literally are pivoting and you're crashing and banning.
Process versus Obama.
Crashing and burning, really hard. Anyways, W's in the chat to Dean for the $2. No, excuse me, Jesse for the $5 Venmo. I sent this to Erica. Can you? You're crashing hard, bro. I said this to Erica. Tell this goofy the 6.2 billion merger of Nexstar Media Group and Tegna Inc. was the reason Jimmy Kimmel got taken off the air. The FCC was not going to approve this merger if he stayed on air. Why is MAGA so stupid? I don't know, Jesse. W's in the chat to you. And Debbie's in the chat too. Jesse, once again, for the $5 Venmo. Nexstar has the broadcast rights to ABC in 30 markets. That is true. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. W's in the chat to Dean for the $2 Venmo. Hey, read him LBJ's response when the Smothers Brothers apologized for telling jokes about him. I think I will do that, actually. I'm going to pull that up in a second. W's in the chat to you. And W's in the chat to Laura for the $2 Venmo. Tell this guy, quote, bitch, ain't no one here for you. Hector's followers have sat here and watched him talk about his bald head and hygiene before. We are here because we like Hector, not because of your hypocritical, misogynistic ass. Yo, he definitely is all of those things. W's in the chat to you guys. Thank you so much for the donations. The best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Did he run?
Yeah, he ran.
Well, let's play the run song.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Yeah. Criminals gonna criminal, or better yet, criminal sympathizers are going to sympathize with criminals. There you go. So the next time you have a Trump supporter try to tell you that law and order is the reason why we voted for Donald Trump, remember that guy, because there's so many people in the comments who share his thoughts. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Ronald, for the 10. I appreciate you, friend. And also, cousin Jesse, yes, thank you for the 5. It's just we got to figure out when to read those things during the flow of the conversation. But I appreciate you so much. He said the same thing in regards to the Nexstar purchase. I also wanted to say is that one way we can say that Donald Trump has used the courts in his favor is with the nationwide injunctions being overturned. Nationwide injunctions were pretty much like if I filed a case against something in Virginia that and what they would do if the courts ruled in my favor, then whatever it was would be stopped all across the country. That's a nationwide injunction or a universal injunction. The Supreme Court in a 6-3 ruling last year, I think it's April or so last year, of course with the 6 conservative judges ruling in Trump's favor, said that no, injunctions only apply to the people who filed them. And that's not okay. All right. And that's why attorneys have taken to using class action suits because of the fact that now that if the Trump administration is doing something and the courts have to act on it, then it can only be applied to that person, to that district, which kind of friggin' sucks. So I think that's one way that the Trump administration has done it to their favor because we can look at the case in Southern California where they now can actually racially profile people. They can stop people for their accents, for where they're located, for what else is it, for where they work, like all that jazz. T-Man, I don't know if you're off mute or not, but they can do all of that. And Hector, the main thing about that is that the Supreme Court ruling only applied to Southern California, to that district, but they have been using it all across the country.
Very much so. I think that was an issue, right? That they had an issue with some of those blocking of the lower courts applying to the entire states. So they're trying to limit it to like a case by case basis.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, which is extremely problematic. 6,000%. Thank you, Mama Girl, for the DJ headphones. Continue to do all the good things, guys. We're almost at 100,000 likes. Double tap that screen. 1,000 people in here. Let's get the likes up to 200K and beyond and move on to the next guest here. T, did you vote for Donald Trump? T, did you vote for Donald Trump? And while he's figuring that out, I actually have LBJ's response here. Yes, did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I don't even know how I got up here, but
You were in the request. Guys, please make sure you look down at the pink and blue button. If it's pink and blue, that means you need to request if you're a Trump supporter. If it's not, that means you're in the request. So if you're a Trump supporter and it's not pink and blue, then you need to request. And if you're not a Trump supporter and it is not pink and blue, that means you're in the request and you need to get up out of it. All right? Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your support. Only Trump supporters request that. Only Trump supporters request that. Loading up this next guy's here. LBJ's response to the Smothers Brothers jokes was, "It is part of the price of leadership of this great and free nation to be the target of clever satirists. You have given the gift of laughter to our people. May we never grow so somber or self-important that we fail to appreciate the humor in our lives." Damn. True. Very true. Imagine being a beta. Moonbow, did you vote for Donald Trump? Moonbow, did you vote for Donald Trump? Okay, he is not loading, so I'm going to go ahead and drop you down. Trump supporters request up in the box. You, the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, we call the number on screen 737-295-5321. Carol, did you vote for Donald Trump?
It's Quran.
Oh, I said that very wrong. Quran, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Nah.
That was an accidental request. Lou, did you vote for Donald Trump? Bro.
Sorry, no, I'm scapping.
Cool beans.
Pop it down.
Bunch of those, actually. Caller, you're on the line. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
And do you regret your vote?
No, I do not.
And why is that?
Well, I voted for him because I agreed with what his policies were, and I'm pretty happy with what he's doing. I definitely do believe he's making mistakes, but I don't really regret it.
Mistakes. I think intentional violations is not mistakes, but sure. What do you think Donald Trump is doing great or done great in the 20 months of him being the president that warrants your continued support?
Sorry, what do you mean? Like right now from the beginning or in general?
I specified 20 months. He's been the president of the United States for 20 months. So I said, what in that 20 months warrants your continued support?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. Wow, I feel like an idiot now. Okay, no. I would probably say his focus on American manufacturing, like, the immigration enforcement, I think he's pushing policies, to demand domestic manufacturing to strengthen U.S. supply chains. I don't think Trump is perfect, clearly. I know most of these people in the government are pretty evil, actually. I definitely do believe they don't really care for us. But at the same time, this is going to sound even more stupid, but that's also why I feel like the point of voting is like to know our own rights. But, that's the reason why I voted for him, for that reason.
Okay, when it comes to American manufacturing, we've seen a 16% reduction from 2024 just in the year of 2025. A large portion of that can be contributed to, I guess, the AI revolution, but we can also look at the fact that Donald Trump's policies have in no way, shape, or form strengthened domestic manufacturing here in the United States. And when it comes to immigration, that's a monumental failure by several different metrics. We can talk about the fiscal irresponsibility of his mass deportation agenda, the due process rights violations that's put us on the international watch list. None of those things would be focusing on the American people or bettering their lives. In fact, it's more so, I would argue, scapegoats for other failures.
Okay, well, you said, well, I mean, I agree with the immigration still has to respect the constitutional rights, clearly, because of the killing of, what was her name? Greenwood.
Renee Nicole Good, Alex Preddy, Keith Porter Jr., and several others.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that was absolutely horrible. I think it's insanely disrespectful and stupid, the fact that MAGA itself and just people are making a joke of that. I think it's sickening and disgusting. That also doesn't automatically make law enforcement a failure. Same for Obama when they're like, oh, will Obama deported more under Trump? It doesn't really matter to me. I think immigrants definitely did build this country. But at the same time, I feel like we definitely should have the right to wait in line and respect each other for that. So the question is whether you can secure the border and law enforcement, or are you still protecting the people's legal rights?
He's not. Also, I think a department that is allowed to terrorize American civilians and violate so many laws with the welcoming, the encouragement, the blessing of the executive branch is a failure. 6,000%. I think a department. What?
Can you explain to me how they're terrorizing?
Simple. If I can go walk down the street and be racially profiled based off of my skin color, if I can be thrown in a detention center despite having legal documents, because we have several cases of that, in a detention center for days, if not months, I didn't.
He said, I was like, do you know that like ICE is going around like not announcing themselves and just chasing people? So people are like, they don't know who's stopping them, so they're running. Like, Hector, could you imagine walking down the street and someone just says, hey, you stop?
Literally.
Are you stopping?
No. Like, who the fuck are you?
I'm scared as fuck. I'm running.
Mind you,
Fucking
these
chasing
people are
people.
masked. A lot of them do not show identification. They're in unmarked vans. And with the recent uptick that we've seen of people posing as ICE agents, I have no reason to stop at someone in full vigilante gear who wants to bother me for some reason. And then if you run, then they're going to use that as a basis to say, well, you were running, you're evading law enforcement, blah, blah, blah. I don't know who the fuck you are.
That's why I shot you.
Exactly.
Because you ran. But you didn't tell me who you were. What are we doing?
What the hell are we doing?
Nah, this doesn't make any sense. And then they walk back their body cam thing. So they don't have to wear body cams. They walk that back. And then also now they want to use shock gloves to just electrocute people. Like, are we serious? Like, ICE is so darn going out of control and aggressive as fuck. I don't know. Also, I want to say thank you to Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike, thank you for the $3.33. Mr. Mike said, I definitely want to hear you saying something today. Love you. Love you more, Mr. Mike. I got you, friend.
Deborah's in
Just
the
you
chat to
wait.
Mr.
Stick
Mike.
around.
Deborah's in the chat to Mr. Mike. Deborah's in the chat to Phoenix for the $2 super chat, not the skedaddle. See, I was waiting, literally I was waiting 60 seconds before I played the sound because, you know, disconnections happen. He sounded like he was ready to have a conversation, but I think it's already past that point, so it's fair enough to say...
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, we call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Or, now you may ask me about midterms, no matter what side of the political spectrum that you are on. I have some things. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this one up here. This is just for...
Or you can ask me about the DSA and I can tell you why you hate progression.
Or you can ask Erica about the DSA, and she will tell you why you hate progression, which is fascinating to me. While I am a firm believer in sure, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If we can make a process better, make it better. What possible reason would you have to keep things the same, especially when that same has a well-documented few decades of not working? I want to show you guys this Fox News poll, and I picked Fox News for a very specific reason. Here, this Fox News poll was put out for the Senate vote preference race here between James Tallarico and Ken Paxton. And now, even Fox News is admitting that based off this poll, more people are showing favor towards James Tallarico over Ken Paxton. And I want to really highlight, I'm going to highlight specifically the demographics where that is not the case. Because I think it says a lot.
Folks.
Yeah. This is the part that I really want to talk about. The only demographic, according to this Fox News poll, that is the least likely to vote for James Tallarico are white evangelicals, white men with no college degree, rural voters, and regular worship attenders. I think that screams something that I'm not going to say. I think that speaks volumes. In every other demographic, college degree, women, Hispanic voters, under age 30, moderates win elections, black voters, extremely motivated voters, extremely interested voters, all Texas registered voters overall understand the assignment. And the assignment is, let's not vote for men who give sweetheart deals to pedophiles. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I would like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I can't get this person to load here. Hold on. Get them up. Yeah, this person isn't loading. Naomi, did you vote for Donald Trump? Naomi, did you vote for Donald Trump? I don't think they meant to request up. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down. Why am I still hearing the audio? There we go. I didn't know Texas voter was a separate race. What do you mean? Midterms joke, $40 trillion Trump adds in this term. Yeah, so literally the 27%, which is the majority of the national debt, was from his first term alone. He, in half the maximum time that you're allowed to be a president, added the most of the national debt. And no, most of it was not related to COVID spending. Most of it was not. And if we're to have a conversation about how one would argue that he didn't handle the pandemic very well, so that contributed to the large portion of what we spent during COVID, that's also another conversation. And then I believe, where do we start at? Was it not 38 trillion? If I'm not mistaken, was it not 38 trillion January of 2025? We got about 3 trillion just from last year.
Absolutely not.
Or was it 30?
Absolutely not. It was 35 or 36 trillion.
Oh wait, I'm
in
way
January
off.
of 2025. Donald Trump has added so much money to our national debt is absolutely ridiculous. And yet they say that he wants to bring the debt down. He's bringing down the deficit. No, the fuck he isn't. And he is wildly spending so much money, and the U.S. has a borrowing problem.
Oh.
Because we are borrowing way too much money.
Yes, we are. 36.1, $36.2 trillion. I don't know how I got that off. I think I was thinking of like end of last year.
I rushed back to the phone because I wasn't at my phone. I was like, it won't 38. You're giving too much credit. Remember, in July, the summer of last year, June or July, is when he hit 37 trillion. We were like, damn, this dude already spent $1 trillion. Like, how did he do that? And think about it. Within a year, okay, so what? 6-7 months, he spent $1 trillion. And then within a year, he has done what? Another 3 trillion?
That's correct.
That's ridiculous. What the fuck do we have going on? And why what are they spending all this money on, especially with so many Americans being unemployed? We have Americans unemployed. We have Americans that no longer have their benefits. Millions of people already don't have their SNAP benefits, right? And there have been millions of people already kicked off of their Medicaid. And so it's like, what happened to them saving money? What was it all for?
Yeah. I mean, in their attempts to save money, it seemed like they spent a shit ton, and it was completely unrelated to any type of fraud or abuse or wasteful spending that they were referencing. It just seemed more like it was about sticking it to the libs.
Yeah, and also Elon Musk being able to counsel investigations for himself. Because every single agency that he has went into, they laid off people, they tried to gut, they canceled contracts, all of that stuff. They got rid of inspector generals, all those things. Those were agencies that were investigating him and his companies. Those investigations are gone. And then this is nothing but been a ploy for Donald Trump's friends and his I'm gonna say his friends, I'm not gonna say his sons, his friends, to get government contracts worth billions of dollars. Like, if y'all don't see the corruption, it's literally like it's shit that's been smeared on your faces, and y'all are willfully ignoring it. You're fucking calling it chocolate. You're like, ooh, this is fudge. It tastes good. No, it's shit. That's what it is. It's poop.
I literally just found out yesterday that I lost my Medicaid and I don't know what to do now. I actually
That's sad. It's fuck.
Is Crow here?
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Is Crow here? I have a guy who may be able to help with that. He has a great resource for that. Can you do me a favor? What's your username here? Oh wait, this shit heavy. That's funny. Send me a message and I can send you over to someone who may be able to help with that. Because there's been a lot of like nonprofits and otherwise that have been trying to pick up the slack from where the Medicaid cuts come into play. And there's a guy who has an entire server dedicated to that. So please send me a message. Reach out. Absolutely, Nina. Reach out to your local office. But if that fails, send a message to me and I can have someone help you with that who actually works in those departments. They denied my Medicaid. I have so much medical debt. And now under the Trump administration, that can affect your credit score.
Yeah, that is true. Medical debt can affect your credit score. It can. You know, when it comes to medical debt, don't listen to me. This is my own personal opinion. Not mine. I said, I'll just message you what I want to say.
If you message me what you want to say, I may just say it.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know. Double tap the screen, guys. We have 985 people in here. Let's get the likes up to 200,000 and beyond. Please show the algorithm that you want to be here. Continue to share out the live with your friends and family. If you're not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. Yeah, that part. Not this guy. Mr. Dubs.
Hector.
Do you want to be clipped again?
It is always a delight. It is always a delight to speak with you. Do you think that hate speech should be protected underneath the First Amendment?
I mean, I don't think you want to know my personal opinion on that, but it is protected under the First Amendment. That's all that matters.
I would love to know your personal opinion on that.
It is
like,
protected
do you think
because the issue that we have with regulating what is considered hate speech is how some people define hate versus other people.
Right. Like, let's say if, somebody like Jake were to run around screaming black Muslims are what's destroying America, do you think that would, under your definition, do you think that that should be illegal? Is that a form of hate speech that should be illegal?
I go with the law, and the law says he's allowed to do that. And also other people would, so long as they didn't get caught, would be allowed to whip his ass.
Do you think it's wrong?
Do I think it's wrong to scream slurs and degrade black people? No shit.
Okay. So what if a group of black people were to scream white Christian males are ruining America? Do you think that is wrong?
It would be substantiated, actually. Would you like for us to go over all
I
the
thought we're all
examples
equal.
of white Christian males destroying America?
I thought we were
This
all
is
equal.
light work.
This is crazy.
This is light work. So
Is it? 'Cause
first and
I'm
foremost,
actually gonna clip this
first and
myself.
foremost,
We're
is
actually
Donald
streaming on
Trump?
my YouTube
I'm
channel.
sure you are. Is Donald Trump a Christian? A white Christian male?
As far as I know, in the past, he has said that he was not Christian. As far as if he were to turn Christian, sometime between then and now, I'm not sure. He could have
Sure.
turned Christian.
Is
earlier
Scott
today. He could have
Bessent
given his
a
life to
white
Christ.
Christian
Hold on,
male?
let me finish. Can I finish? Donald Trump could have turned Christian today. He could have given his life to Jesus Christ. I am not one to determine, and I'm not one to judge.
Sure, no problem. Let's get more specific on more clear examples of stated Christians. Is Pete Hegseth a white Christian male?
He could very well be. I'm not
Yes,
going to say
he-
whether
he-
somebody's
he
Christian
is.
or not.
I'm telling you this based off
He's,
their
he's
words.
said that he's a Christian. Yeah.
Right. So again, what it's a separate conversation on what you believe Christianity to be if they're actually consistent with those beliefs. These are men, white Christian males, who state that they are Christians. Okay? That's what
So
we're arguing here.
my
That's what we're
definition of
arguing here.
Christian is somebody that fully gave themselves to Christ and puts Christ first. Whether or not I'm one to judge on if somebody is a Christian based off if they say so, or
again,
not, or if they act so or not.
Your
is not up to me.
definition,
That's
your
between them and God.
definition, which would be consistent with me, I think someone can clearly show that they're not a Christian, and doesn't matter what you profess. That's not what we're arguing. We're arguing white Christian males who state that they are Christian, and what they do is in the name of Christianity. That's what we're going off of. So the people that I mentioned, Pete Hegseth, Scott Bessent, Elon Musk,
Josh
all of
Hawley,
these different
Brandon
appointees,
Gill,
all of these
Tim
people
Burchett,
would be self-identified
Kennedy.
white Christian males who quite literally advocate on behalf of policies that are destructive to
No.
America.
We're talking about less than 10 white Christian males that you're advocating. Or
I
you're
mean, I
saying
mentioned less than
represent the
10.
entire
I can
group of
literally
white
go
Christians.
over several others, but that's not the point. The point is they would be white Christian males who would be destroying America.
Do you think that less than 1% of the population of white Christian males should be the ones that are carrying the load for your hatred towards the entire white
if that
Christian
less than 1% of the population
are you telling me that with
is currently in the
9/11?
government, the
Are
government
you
that
telling me that-
determines the trajectory of the United States with their policies that everyone else has to follow, then
9/11
yeah.
9/11
No,
did the
no,
exact
no,
same
no,
thing,
no, no,
actually.
no,
Yeah,
no.
9/11
9/11 and the individuals involved in that, they weren't in the government. They did not mandate any law or policy that everyone has to follow. They did not
It
have a
definitely had
role
something to do with
in
the laws,
swiping a
policies,
pen
rules, and
or putting out a
regulations here in the United
directive
States of America.
that would hurt Americans, that would destroy the foundations of this country. That is not analogous, my guy. So again, would you like to address the white Christian males that I mentioned and the destructive policies?
Hold on. We're
Would you like to address
laws, rules, and regulations
the white Christian
due
males
directly to the fact of 9/11
and the policies that I mentioned?
Yeah, we can talk about those, but first, you never answered my question.
I just
why,
did.
Why is
I
it,
just
why is it the
did.
case?
I literally actually did.
No,
What did I say?
no,
What did
no,
I
no.
say about
One
the
of the
individuals
first
who
things
attacked
that
the
I asked
country
you,
on
you never
9/11
addressed.
versus the white men in office right now? What
No,
did I
one
say?
of the first
What was
things
my
that I
response?
mentioned-
No. What was my response?
One of the first things.
What was
that
my
I
response?
mentioned
I don't
you
care about
never
one of the
addressed,
first things
which
that
I
you
wanna
mentioned.
go
It's
back to.
irrelevant.
Yeah, this is important.
No, it's not.
It absolutely is.
This is you pivoting again because you backed yourself in a corner. Good job.
No, I'm not pivoting. I'm talking about one of the initial things that I asked you and you never answered. I'd like for you to answer it, and we can move on with the conversation.
What was the initial thing that you alleged that I didn't answer?
Right. How can you substantiate the hatred for white Christian men and how that is not in your ideology perceived as hate speech
I
that
did
is not
answer this.
okay?
I actually did answer
Hold
this.
on.
I actually did answer this.
Hold on.
I literally
You
answered this,
didn't
my
give me a
guy.
good enough answer.
I literally answered this. I
You did not
answered
give me
this
a
by
good
the
enough
white
answer.
Christian men
You
in
did
power
not
right
give me
now
a
in
good
the
enough
executive,
answer.
judicial, and legislative branch that are holding up progress and actively pushing policies to take the country back to times where it was less favorable for the majority of Americans. I literally did answer your question, and I mentioned some of those individuals by name. You added on to some of those individuals that I would also say are holding back the country. So again, if you pay attention to my answers, then you'll be able to respond to it versus crying. Also, this is horrible that you're streaming this to another platform to where you're incapable of keeping up with the conversation. You want to try again?
No, you're incapable of keeping up with the conversation.
Yeah,
we
funny.
didn't even address the fact that you hate white Christian men.
Nope,
and
never
you
said
feel
I
like
hate.
you can
Nope,
say this
nope.
freely,
Those words never came out of my mouth. I mentioned the white Christian men. I mentioned the white Christian men that I would quote unquote hate. Very specifically, I mentioned the demographic that they're from and what they're about. Okay? Cool? Again, if you were tracking, you would know that. Your examples, your responses are not analogous.
Do you want me to give you examples of black
I want you to
Muslim
address
men
all of the white Christian men that I named that are destroying the country. I want you to address how they're not. That would be your contention. Do you believe that Pete Hegseth and the like are not destroying this country?
He's a delightful human being. I think he's absolutely not destroying this country. I think
Fantastic,
hatred,
wonderful.
I think that
Thank
if you
you
have
so
hatred
much.
for America's
Thank you so
past,
much. Great,
if you
great,
want
great,
to
great,
change,
great, great.
if you
So
want to
now we're getting
change
somewhere.
America
Now we're getting
from
somewhere in
what
the
it is
conversation
in
because
its
what you
true
need to do,
traditional core
what you need,
values,
I know.
that you are a domestic
What you need to do is
You are a
rebut my
domestic
claim
terrorist.
that Pete Hegseth is a white Christian male, one of the white Christian males that would be destroying this country. One of the things that he does to destroy this country, and quite frankly, I would argue the strength of our military is by degrading Americans.
Tear it down, rebuild it into something that has
I know
never been. You are a domestic
listen.
terrorist.
Your rambles aren't like points; they're not arguments. So, anyways, address what I'm saying here. I need you to address how Pete Hegseth wouldn't be destroying America or be destroying our military with some of his actions. Let's start off specifically with the fact that Pete Hegseth does not respect diversity. If you do not respect diversity, you do not respect America and the fact that it is a pool of diversity, always has been, and quite frankly, I would argue always will be.
It always will be a pool of diversity. How this involves Pete Hegseth in any way, shape, form, or capacity is beyond me.
I just said why. Pete Hegseth does not believe diversity is our strength. He's done away with any type of policies that would encourage it, that would promote it.
I mean, right now, truthfully, I mean, if what you're saying is that due to his immigration views, is that what you're saying? Show me where Pete Hegseth specifically
I feel
says
like if I mentioned Pete Hegseth
is not our
specifically,
strong
and
suit
Pete
here in the
Hegseth would
United
be the
States.
Secretary of, I would argue, War, the Department of War, then I'd be referencing the Department of War's actions, not immigration, although I'm sure he shares the views of the rest of his people.
Where in any way, shape, form, or capacity did Pete Hegseth say
I literally just mentioned it.
No, I want you to prove it.
Okay, hold on. Cool. I have no problem pulling up the clip. But let me be clear. Are you contesting the fact that Pete Hegseth believes that diversity is not our strength?
No, I want you to prove it. I want you to show me.
So if you're not okay,
cool.
So you're not contesting. So you're not contesting it. You just want to hear it. Okay, cool.
Because
so you're not contesting it
towards a direct.
You just want to hear it.
So hold on.
Got you.
DEI. Was he talking about DEI?
Got you. That's correct.
Was he talking
among
about
other
DEI?
things? Among other things. Can you tell me what DEI has to do with no shave chits?
Show me the context.
Can you tell me what DEI has to do with no shave tits? Chits, I believe it's pronounced chits.
No shave what?
No shave chits.
No shave chits. I've never heard that.
Cool.
No.
So no shave chits was a waiver.
You couldn't even pronounce it. You're trying to tell me.
I was correcting myself. Chits, or it may even be shits. Let me double check this.
And then you said
CHITS pronunciation. Boom, 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 boom.
What? So you have clips of me on your page? That'd be great. I'm actually.
Yeah, there actually is one. I literally played it to you the last time you were up here and you ran. Yeah. Has one syllable and sounds like chits. Yeah, I was correct. Double checking. We try to be accurate over here, unlike the opposing side. So, Pete Hegseth. Strength. Hold on, go back here.
Do you think America should be torn down, restarted?
Shut up.
That would make you a domestic terrorist.
Sure, buddy.
So you know.
What's fine?
At the Defense Department. What's happening with DEI? How's that going at the Defense Department?
Oh, specifically
DEI.
DEI.
Well, at the Defense Department because it's dead.
We will, as the president said in his inaugural, we will be merit-based and colorblind, and that is the case at the Defense Department.
God
DEI
bless.
is going to be ripped out root and branch because we want
Good.
everyone treated equally with high standards and held accountable with warfighting, lethality, and readiness.
Including
front and
basketball.
center. We don't have time for emphasizing differences. Jesse, one of the dumbest phrases in military history is our diversity is our strength. Our diversity is not our strength. Our unity and our shared purpose is our strength. And the Pentagon is excited to get back to that core mission. It's happening rapidly. The services are responding, and those that don't want to respond can work somewhere else. So diversity, equity,
Solely
inclusion will not be
merit-based
part of the
hiring
Defense
is our
Department,
strength.
Not a minute long.
When you ask for clips,
What's happening with
shut up
DEI?
when I'm playing them. You guys literally ask us to play things, and then you can't shut up long enough for it to get through without disrupting the audio. So now the clip is done. That is what he said. In response to
Merit-based
DEIA
hiring
policies,
is our
diversity is not
strong
our
suit
strength.
here in the United
Yes,
States
because
of
Pete
America.
Hegseth has
I
a
want the best
fundamental
of the best in my
misunderstanding of
basketball
what
team.
DEIA.
I want the
We're not talking about basketball. We're talking about DEIA and how it relates to the Department of War. Stay on topic, okay? Wonderful, great. Pete Hegseth, alongside with the entirety of the Trump administration, have a fundamental misunderstanding of what DEIA is and how it, in fact, does not step over merit. It does not step over unity at all. In fact, it would encourage it with our shared differences and understanding of those differences.
I want the best of the best in our basketball teams. I want the best of the best in our military.
We're talking about the military.
best inside
Stay on point. Also, I mean, the best players in basketball are represented by black dudes. So clearly, anyways,
because we
so
accept
like
the
I
best
said,
and the best only.
so like I said,
Because it's
I need you to
merit-based and
contest.
not
I need you to
DEI.
contest how DEIA is not merit based.
There's absolutely many different ways, shapes, forms, and capacities that we can see that companies that embrace DEI hiring have substantiated and have showed that they do not want merit-based
Name one.
productivity. Hold on, so we can talk
Name
about we can talk about national airlines.
National Airlines. Which one?
Are you gonna stop muting me?
If you stop over talking me, over talking
I was
clips,
not over-talking you.
interrupting my
I was
sentences,
preaching.
and not
I was
addressing
preaching.
prompts, yes, I will stop muting you. Also, I haven't literally muted you in like the last 45 seconds. Can you go ahead and tell me, hold on, National Airlines? You're talking about airlines in general, or there's a specific one named National Airlines?
National Airlines. So National Airlines made a post back in 2022, if I'm not mistaken, which said
is not
specifically
national.
that
Are you about to bring up that they would like 50% of their thing to be like POCs and women of color? Is that what you're talking about?
you said 50% of their thing?
Yeah,
What
like
did you
their personnel they're hiring. Like, is that what you're talking about?
No, it was actually people being trained. So people.
Cool.
People
So is
they're
that what you're
trained-
referencing?
Can I finish?
Is that what you're referencing?
Yeah, it was not American Airlines. It was.
It wasn't National Airlines. That's what you said. You said National Airlines. That's why I asked the specific question that I asked, and you dodged
Pretty
it.
sure it was National Airlines. Absolutely. I'm
What the
pretty
hell
sure it
is
was
National Airlines? Goodness gracious.
But his argument, it was United, but the fucking thing, the point is that he said
United,
that
yeah.
companies have said that DEI wasn't merit based, and I just want to know what company it was. And he's saying that it was United, but it wasn't United. United never said that.
So in any way, shape, form, or capacity, has
Based
somebody
in
been
Florida,
hired specifically?
National Airlines. He has no
In
idea
any
what
way,
he's talking
shape, form, or capacity, has somebody been hired based off of their race or
That would be discriminatory to hire
Can I
someone solely
finish?
based off of their race. So
Can I finish?
no.
So if you,
No, I would
if you
just
and I
want
have
you
the same
to.
exact
I don't need you to
qualifications-
equivocate or
if
pontificate
you and I
about
have
any of
the
this. I need you
exact-
to simply just state the quote. What was the quote that they admitted that it wasn't merit based?
Give me a second. So if you and I have
Thank
the
you.
exact same qualifications,
I'm
but they
sorry, you're
earned-
still doing the equivocating part.
No,
Nope,
can I
don't
finish
need
a
it.
sentence? Do you want a
can't finish a
genuine
sentence
debate?
when you give us the quote.
Would you like a genuine
when
debate?
the what
Oh,
you
I can
start.
only speak if I speak on exactly what you want me to, the
Your
exact
quote,
time.
because that's what you said.
No,
I'm
well,
just
You
asking you
mentioned
to
it. We're asking you to
substantiate
speak
your
on what you
claims.
mentioned.
That's all.
No, and I am, but you don't like the exact direction of which
You're
I'm going with
equivocating
it
though,
because
bro.
you know that it's going to prove you wrong. So you keep cutting me
There's
off.
nothing that you could say that would prove any of this wrong because you don't have a quote or anything of that nature. No
If
company
you
has
and
ever come
I
out and
have
said
the
that.
exact same
If
qualifications,
you or I have the
Erica,
exact
me
same,
being
it
a
doesn't
white
fucking
man,
matter.
you being a black
You're
woman, if we have the
legitimately
exact
not
same
answering the question.
qualifications, we're both going for the
We
exact
don't
same
care
job, but
about
they
your
aim to
rambling.
hire.
You was asked very specific questions that require very specific answers. You couldn't even get the airline right of the thing that you are alleging, which also wasn't a violation, by the way.
You're wrong. That's all there
I'm
is to it.
going
You're
to
wrong.
finish. If you and I have the exact same qualifications, Erica, me being a white male and you being a black woman,
W's in the chat to
aiming
Phoenix Eye for the
specifically-
$2 super chat. Caller has never let a lover go first. That would assume that he has people that were like engaging and loving with him, and I doubt anyone else but his mother would do that. And then again, his mother is probably questionable if she's MAGA. W's in the chat to you, Phoenix. I appreciate your support. Guys, the best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you want to say hi to my cute face, send a message to support the stream and do all the good things that we do here, please feel free to do so. And Erica's links are also available in the bio. Please make sure we're running up her coins as well. I want to see her. I want to see if we can beat her last record today, actually. Gift the fuck out of Erica. Make sure you're taking care of her.
Okay, so if a white man and a black
You won't be here for 3 days?
have the exact same
Yo,
qualifications,
go. This is a going away gifting party. This is a going away gifting party, okay? Going away gifting party. Make sure y'all do that. Caller, you're on the line. Hold for a moment. There's a guest before you. Going away gifting party. Take care of Erica. So anyways, Erica, you may restate your question since he's refusing to fucking answer it.
Yeah, because you hate the way that I'm going with this. You know you are going to lose if you allow me to keep on speaking. If a white man and a black woman both...
No one cares about
is a
your
hypothetical.
theories. You made claims.
It's not a hypothetical.
We don't
This
care about your
has happened.
hypotheticals. We don't care about your preaching. We don't care about your
Black
rhetoric.
people and
You
women
made
have been
claims.
hired first
I just need your
specifically because
claims.
of what exactly
Okay,
I'm saying
great.
right
So
now.
then
That
evidence.
is why
So
you
then
hate
evidence.
what
That's
I'm
what we
saying,
want. We want
because it is
evidence.
not
No, we want
merit-based.
evidence. We
It is off
want
of-
evidence. We don't want your rambling. We want evidence.
It is off of
We want
gender
evidence.
and race.
We want
It is
evidence.
Gender and race.
We want
based
evidence.
hiring. You
We want
know-
evidence.
I'm gonna show
We
you.
want
and
evidence.
I'm gonna tell you.
The
you have to let me
insufferable
finish
fund is about to go
fucking
up.
speaking.
I swear to God. I just want your fucking evidence. I don't want your preaching. You've already made 3 different claims. Can you stick to one and prove it?
Yes.
So don't start your sentence off with if. You provide empirical data.
No, I'm
You
gonna
give
say
us a
if,
quote.
and then I will give you
There
all
we
the
go.
data you want. I'm going to give you the data
if
you
was a
want.
fifth, we'd
Once
all
you
be
answer
drunk.
my question, if you answer my question and then you're like yes or no,
I don't need to
and
answer
then,
your question
and then I bring
because
up
I've
the
already
data
asked
to
you for
prove
your
that you are
proof,
fucking
and you're not
wrong
providing
and
it.
infactual, and that it is 100%
And you're
based
not
off of
providing
gender and race-based hiring. If you and I have the exact same qualifications and we are both in the exact same position, a company that is planning on diversifying, especially when it comes to race and gender, would rather hire you based off of your race and gender, specifically because I am a white male.
That's
Nope.
not how any of that works. I just want to let you know
That
that.
is
So
exactly
source,
how that works.
source it up. See, he can't provide that quote, you see.
Yeah.
Also, Hector, when he asks you about white Christian males, my retort to that would be, it's not white Christian males, it's white males. White males are going to destroy this country.
Oh yeah.
No, black males
An
are going to
answer to
destroy
both.
their own fucking cities, and that's
Oh,
the
the pivot, the pivot. This is crazy. Yeah, we're still waiting on that
They
source.
kill each other.
We're still
more
waiting on that.
than any
We're
other
still waiting on that
demographic
source. I
here in the
know.
United
I
States of
know.
America
I know.
is because
I
He's so
know.
mad.
I know.
the most disgusting, egregious population ever existed.
W's in the chat to Phoenix for the $2 super chat. Here, caller. Have a few baby bottles. W's in the chat to you, Phoenix. I appreciate your support.
that's right.
Big W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Anna
ran.
for the. Did he really?
crashed the fuck out. He didn't like that answer. I didn't know it was going to do that. I thought he actually wanted to engage in a conversation because I was about to go down the list on how they are actually ruining our country.
Oh, man.
Bruh.
That
I was like, let's
was
start at the White House. All
That was
right?
great.
Let's start there.
Literally.
Shit. All right, then we can talk about legislation. Let's do that. Let's talk about all these mass shootings. What are we doing?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Katie Sue, did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I pushed the button on accident. Sorry.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. And how are you gonna say you're recording? Damn. How are you gonna say you're recording on a stream on YouTube or whatever the fuck he said and run?
And you run.
I hope
That's
you don't.
crazy
You
work.
better post that shit. Don't delete it. I'll be looking for it. Don't post it. Don't delete it.
I would
excuse
like
me.
the clip of that, please.
Yes, thank you.
I would like that.
Come back with the clip. In fact, I think what I'm gonna do next time he comes up, because he will be back. He has to provide that live stream. Otherwise, I'm gonna perma ban him. W's in the chat to Anna for the $10 Venmo. On the topic of medical debt, please tell the people to donate to or get help at unduemedicaldebt.org. It's a nonprofit that buys medical debt like its collections would and deletes it. Oh, okay. I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to share it in the live chat of the Discord. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. And that website is unduemedicaldebt.org, unduemedicaldebt.org. And that is a thing that does that thing. Thank you so much for that, Anna. Thank you for that information. W's in the chat to Maya for the $5 PayPal. Still waiting on that quote. Oh, the one that he mentioned? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're never going to get it. W's in the chat to Melanie for the $5 Venmo. Tired of this stuffy nosed incel. So we went over this with him. He's the guy who came up on my panel a few months ago, and he was defending QAnon shaman and January 6ers. So me and Fax cooked him up, and I posted it. And yeah, I guess I'll post another one too. Gosh, man, you guys are funny.
I just have one thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dean, for the 2 contributing for the education. The deficit in July alone was a record $438 billion. So he ran up $438 billion all right, in July of 2026. Winning.
Wild. That is actually wild. That is actually wild. I said undue.
Yep, there's that part.
I said undue. If I said undue, whoopsie, I said undue. I fixed it. Is that what you want to nitpick at? You're probably a maggot. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. If you're a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this live is a safe space for you to come up here and express all the reasons that made you get off the MAGA plantation, because y'all are getting whooped on there. Or if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you think he's doing a great job, you think there's something that us lefties are missing, you may request up in the box or call the number on screen, and I can give you several reasons as to why you're wrong. Or if you have a question about midterms, we will be doing those as well. Let me get this person up here. Oh boy. When it's cropped out, I don't know what they changed the format, so now I can't read their full names with the way I have this set up. So person, or did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
And do you regret your vote?
Nah.
Cool. How long do you think until you slur?
Why do you assume that I'm going to slur?
I didn't assume. I mean, I think it's just a high likelihood.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Typically, people who come up on these panels,
the definition of assuming something is making a harsh judgment, a rash judgment.
Yeah, I assume
that someone's going to do an action.
Right. So I assume that there's a high likelihood that you're going to slur based off the fact that you came up here on an anime profile picture with a random username, and that's typically the common traits of Trump supporters who want to come up here, contribute nothing to the conversation, slur, and run, or until TikTok flags them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not going to slur.
Cool. Thank you, Palpable, for sharing that link, by the way, in the live chat. I appreciate you. Why don't you regret your vote for Donald Trump?
Because Trump, was actually doing something about our illegal immigration.
Are you having a hard time breathing? Are you okay?
Oh, I have COPD. I smoked for 73 years, so.
You smoked for 73 years?
Yeah.
This dude's fucking trolling.
What do you mean? What do you mean by trolling? How am I trolling?
By existing.
Lying chud? Say that again in my face.
This is the internet, bro.
Stop the cap right now! Stop the cap! No bullshit, bro.
Hectoral, if I told you were white, would you believe me?
How old are you?
24.
Saying you smoked for 73 years?
Yeah, if I told you were white, would you believe me?
Probably have white in me. Yeah, in my lineage, sure. What's the point?
So you're an oppressor.
I have oppressor in my lineage. Sure.
How can you speak on this?
I'm sorry. Why did we just make this a racial issue? Like a racial conversation? That just got really fucking weird.
It's always a racial
You made a
conversation.
comment about immigration.
It's always a racial
You made a
conversation.
comment about
It's
immigration,
always
and
a
I was
racial
wanting to
conversation,
respond to that. You guys are really weird.
It's
so I'm
always
going
a-
to respond to what you said about immigration, because you said he was the only one
Yeah,
that
go
was
ahead.
willing to do something about illegal immigration. I think when
Go
the
ahead.
Biden-Harris administration was ready to sign the Langford bill into law, Donald Trump and the Republican Party, specifically in the Senate, obstructed it or stopped it because they wanted to give him something to run off of. I think they presented no additional meaningful legislation in Congress since being inaugurated in the Oval Office of January 20th of 2025
Okay, what evidence did
to
Biden
actually
present?
address curbing illegal immigration from the legal way versus the executive method that he's been violating the law with.
So executive method equals violating the law.
If your orders violate the judicial branch, or excuse me, the legislative branch, yes. And he's been violating the judicial branch as well.
If you violated the judicial branch, then how is he not in jail?
What?
How did he violate the judicial branch?
He violates the judicial branch by not respecting their orders.
Not respecting their orders.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I told you you were Lebanese, would you believe me?
I don't give a shit about whatever weird thing that you're trying to do right now. How can you address what we said? You said Donald Trump, you voted for Donald Trump because he was the only one willing to tackle illegal immigration. Meanwhile, he was the reason why it wasn't addressed legislatively way back in 2024.
If I told you that the wrinkles in your forehead were pointed downwards, would you believe me?
Okay, so this is what you guys do when you have no argument or rebuttal whatsoever, and it's actually really embarrassing. I'll ask the question.
How is that
again,
embarrassing?
though.
How
I'll ask
is
the
that
question
embarrassing?
again.
How is it embarrassing?
Can you respond to the fact that Donald Trump is the reason why we do not have a legislative solution to curbing illegal immigration here into the United States?
We absolutely curb illegal immigration. We have
Yeah,
an
what
alligator
did I just
Alcatraz,
say?
bro.
What did I just say?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're trying
a
to say.
detention
because
center
we are
isn't curbing illegal
immigration.
immigration. That's just putting up a center, and we've had those centers long before Alligator Alcatraz and Deportation Depot in the state of Florida. So again, Donald
but now we
Trump
have
is the
more-
reason why we do not have a legislative solution to illegal immigration.
Yeah, but you're
And
not
I
listening now.
imagine
Now that we have
that
more
you're
and we have
probably
a
a
wall
fan of
built
his
up, right?
draconian policies, because he's
Right.
also been the reason as to why American citizens are dead, or legally
wall sounds
authorized
stupid to
migrants
you.
have also died due to the Trump administration.
Yeah. A wall sounds stupid to you until you try to climb a 20-foot wall. Right? Hector, go climb a 20-foot wall. Tell me where you go. On the same side of the fucking wall you started on.
This is really embarrassing for you.
How is it embarrassing?
Because you're brain dead. That's why. Actually,
Brain
I'm not
dead.
going to stop saying that. You
The
have a
wrinkles on
brain,
your forehead are
and
pointed
you
downwards.
actively step on it on a daily basis. I would strongly encourage you to allow your brain to be in spaces where it's allowed to thrive and flourish and engage in critical thought.
No, I would like your
versus
brain
stepping
to be
on the brain
like in
on
a good
daily
space and like a Christian
basis.
headspace.
I don't know what I said challenges the fact that it's being in a good space. I said engage in critical thinking, be in spaces that allow it to flourish. How does that challenge?
Well, no, you're just a punk, Hector.
Oh, okay, cool. You can resort to the personal
Hold on.
insults more, or you can
You're a
actually
punk,
address the fact that you voted for a man to do something that he obstructed, and then now he's doing it improperly at your expense.
At whose expense?
Your expense. Yeah.
In what measure?
Oh, several. At measure of your due process rights, at the measure of the
You like the
fiscal
number 7 a lot. I've
irresponsibility
noticed
of it.
that. Do you like the number 7?
I said several, my guy. I
Yeah,
don't know what that has
several.
to do
You
with the
said
like
I
of
can
the
give
number
you
several. So I'm
several.
going to continue.
When I first,
I'm going to
okay, now you're
continue
gonna let
on
me
with
talk
what
now
I'm saying.
because I actually have
mentioned
a
the
point to
violation
make.
of due process
When
rights.
I
I
first
mentioned the
joined the
fiscal
live,
irresponsibility.
you said you have several
also of
points
the
to
orders
give
as
about
well.
why Trump is not a good president.
Yeah, and I'm
Now,
giving the
you're
points, and you
saying you
keep
have
like
several
trying to
good
interrupt me as I'm giving you the points. Yeah, if you would just listen and actually address what I'm
Yeah.
saying, you don't have
Yeah.
to keep
You like the number
persistently
7, don't you?
trying to pivot. You keep pivoting. Address what I
Pivoting?
said.
Give me 7 points.
Address what I said.
Give me 7
I
points.
said several. What does several mean?
No, you
said
said you were going to
several
give me
points.
several.
He didn't say 7.
You said you were going
What
to
does
give
several
He
mean?
did say 7.
This
Yeah,
is
he did
weird.
say
He said
7. I don't know what
several
you're
for
talking
you.
about. Yes, he did.
No, I didn't.
Several. Hold on
At
a
all.
second. Several isn't 7? What are you. What? What are these people in the comments saying?
Hey,
These
do you
people that
remember
follow-
when you
are-
tried
are
to
these
give
the
me?
people
Remember
that
when you
follow
tried to
you?
give me the definition of
Bro, are
assume
these the
earlier?
people that
Do you
follow
remember
you,
when
bro?
you
They're
tried
like
to give me the definition of assume earlier? Go ahead and give me the definition of several.
Hector,
The
can you
number
hear
7.
this?
It's very low.
Several. The number
very
7.
low.
Yeah, it's super low.
Oh, it's very loud in my ear, though. That's
The number
weird.
fucking
Yeah,
7.
I can barely hear it.
Several.
I can barely. I
Let
can
me
barely
try.
hear it.
Try this.
Yo.
one. Give me one moment.
Several.
So, anyways, can you give me the definition of several?
Several. The number fucking 7.
Nope. Can you give me the definition of several?
Why do I have to? I know there's another.
Well,
word.
if you want to sit here and say
There's
that
a- well,
I
no,
said
there's
something and it
another
means
word
a
for
certain
it,
thing,
but I don't
so
have to
let's
come
go.
out-
So I have this thing that I do, right? I don't like to go off of my definition. I don't like to go after yours definition. I like to go after the definition, established definitions
You
versus
said
your
you can-
personal feelings. So I just want you
You
to
said
tell
you
me
can give me
what
several.
the definition
Several.
of several
How
is.
are you going to give me several? Define several and then tell me how you're going to give it to me.
I need you to define it because you've already literally said what it is and
I have
what it
no
meant and how
idea.
I used it.
I
oh,
have no
thank you
idea.
so much
When
for that.
you
So you
said
have no
several,
idea.
when you
but
said
yet
sev-
you said that I said
You said
seven,
it in a-
and you contested
No,
what I
fuck you,
said
bro.
it and how it's supposed to be used, despite
full of
having
shit.
no idea.
You're a
So
fucking
thank you for
liar.
admitting that you're just a troll and a moron,
my
and you
fucking-
don't know what you're talking about, and this is
Yeah,
super
yeah,
duper
yeah.
embarrassing. Ben, did you vote for Donald
Super
Trump?
embarrassing. Yo, several. 7.
Ben, did you vote for Donald
I
Trump?
can give you 7 reasons.
Should I wait for this guy or?
Ben, did you vote for
Does
Donald
several
Trump?
not mean 7 or?
Yeah, I wasn't.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. That's all I needed. Do you regret your vote, Ben?
Yeah, so I wasn't old enough in the 2024 election to vote, but
you
I am
supported
19
him.
now. Yeah, I am 19 now. Given the certain circumstance, I do think Trump is a pretty bad guy, not a great president, but I would still probably vote for him over, say, someone like Kamala Harris.
Cool. What has Donald Trump done in the 20 months of being in the Oval Office that warrants your continued support?
It's less about what he's doing that's good and more about what he's not doing that's bad. So I would say that having more of a pro-life position is probably my number one top priority.
Oh.
Can you hear this, Hector? Wait, does this come through clear? What about now? No?
I don't hear anything, Erica.
Interesting.
Nothing.
I gotta figure this all out. Moving on. Sorry.
Cool. He said he's pro-life, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I want to make a
Get the
distinction
fuck
here.
out of my face.
Are you pro like children lives or are you pro fetus lives?
Yeah, I'd say pro both.
You shouldn't have said that. God, I tried to give him a way out. You're pro both. Okay, cool. Can you tell me what program that you support right now that would encourage and support the well-being of children?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think as a 19-year-old, I don't have many financial means to support, but I do tithe.
I ask you about your personal means. Like, I just mean whether it's financial or...
Yeah, I give financial support. I give financial support to the church that I attend that do multiple ministries around. So they donate to going to mission trips and building homes for kids and families in need. They also volunteer, and I volunteer to pack meals for Feed My Starving Children, which is an organization that supports meals going out to kids in Africa and other parts of the country that are, that need support. I mean, that's just to name a few of the programs that they support. Yeah.
Cool. So your support for children is only aligned through the church.
Yeah, so I would say
so
that...
let's talk about the government. Let's talk about government programs that would be included in, like, say, your vote. Do you support things like universal health care?
Yeah, I think that's kind of complicated. I don't have like a complete stance on that, but
What's
yeah,
complicated
like
about
not
it? It's healthcare
yeah,
for
not
every single
everything
American.
not everything can be free, right? But again, like
It
abortion
wouldn't
is
be
my
free.
top concern. What wouldn't be free?
Universal
healthcare?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we have to pay for it. That's the whole point.
Right. So why did you say it would be free?
It'd be free for the people receiving it.
It wouldn't be free for the people receiving it because they would be paying into the tax structure that would be used to fund it.
Yeah, and those taxes could go elsewhere. The whole point is that they'd be getting that
they could
for free.
go elsewhere. For example, right now, the Trump administration does not support universal health care, but they're very much pro-tax to blow up people in the Middle East. They're very much pro-tax to enrich many of their politicians and give them salary raises. They're very much pro-tax when it comes to the kickbacks for the 1%, or better yet, the breaks that they themselves get. Yeah, that sounds to be pretty consistent, but they're not pro-tax when it comes to something that will affect every single American.
Yeah, so something like free healthcare, I think it's kind of convoluted to say that you have.
I don't know why you keep saying that it's free if we've already established the fact that it wouldn't be free.
Okay, so it would be free, right? Apart from taxes.
No, what do you mean apart from taxes? That's the only way we would have it here. What?
Yeah, so we pay tax money into the government, right? And the government redistributes portions of that to pay for things in the government, like the roads, right? Like you can say that you pay for the roads to be there. Or you can say that you pay for certain institutions to be there. But normally when we're talking about something like universal healthcare, those are often private institutions that you yourself pay out of pocket, right? Apart from taxes. So when I say something like that is free, I'm saying you are receiving that through the government, through the taxes that you pay.
That still wouldn't be free. You're wrong. You're just very wrong.
So I just explained to you the definition of free that I'm using is something that's coming apart from taxes.
Your definition of free is inaccurate. Extremely inaccurate.
It's irrelevant.
So
I wouldn't vote for Trump
but it will
because of
also
universal
assume
healthcare.
that people who receive those benefits don't put into that system. So would you truly be getting it for free if your taxes are going to it? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, sure. Again, this is a non sequitur. This has nothing to do with abortion. I just told you that was my top priority.
Well,
actually,
it does
go ahead,
because you
Hector.
said that you were pro-life and you were pro-children lives and you were pro-fetus lives, and then asked you on behalf of policies that would be pro-children's lives, and you just came up here and said that you're not for universal health care, which would be pro-children's lives.
That's not necessarily true.
Oh, it's very true.
Right. So when you have something like universal healthcare, we could look at something like Obamacare. So when Obamacare came, healthcare for other people that actually paid into it got worse, right? Because when you give everyone general care, then things can be understaffed. The treatment is worse because you can't provide excellent care to everyone.
Yeah. What
So,
metric
I mean,
would you
that's an
use to
example
support
of
the
universal
claim
healthcare
that
that
went
that would
downhill
be
for
less
the average American
pro-children.
under Obamacare?
What'd you say?
The ACA isn't universal health care, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't say. I said it was something like Obamacare.
Something like. Cool. Can you explain to me what
That
got
means you're
worse?
thinking akin to.
Yeah. Do you understand like how?
If I say
certain-
something is like it, then that means that is akin to it. That means it is similar to it, and
It is
not.
similar. Obamacare is similar to
It's
universal
not.
healthcare.
It's not similar to universal health care. No, it's not. The ACA is simply just a marketplace. That's all it is. It's where people can go to purchase their own private insurance.
Yeah,
That's
which is cheaper, correct?
All right. The only thing, and truly the only
Hold
thing
on.
that the
You just
ACA
said that
did
universal
change.
healthcare is not free, which means you
I
pay
didn't
into
say
it.
that.
So Obamacare is something that you would pay for, correct? Just like we would pay for
I'm
universal
sorry.
healthcare with our taxes.
Private insurance, sir. Excuse me. One moment. Private insurance is completely separate from what would be universal health care. All right. The ACA is not a tax-based system. So there's that part. It's not. It simply isn't. It's not tax-based. Universal health care, though, would be something that is paid for via our taxes. Okay? So there's that part. You can't compare the two. And the only thing that the ACA did was, in fact, make it so that people with pre-existing conditions could no longer be denied health insurance. That's it. That's all it is to it.
I'll put this like really simply. So when I say Obamacare is like or similar to that of universal healthcare makes getting healthcare cheaper, right? Obamacare does the same thing. So when you say that they're not similar, that's just completely not true.
No.
I don't know why you're trying to argue
Cheaper,
on a specific
cheaper and
semantic word
free
that I
are
choose
two
to
very different things, friend. Cheaper
You
and
said,
free are two
hold
very
on, hold on.
different things.
I didn't say
You
free.
just
I
did.
said,
You just did.
no,
You
I
just
just
said
said
that
that
it
it's
makes
universal
getting.
health
You
care.
said when I
No,
say that
no.
it's
I did
like
not say that.
universal health
Nope.
care,
That's a lie.
I
I said
mean that it
universal
is
health care.
cheaper. That's what you
Yeah,
just
cheaper.
said.
Yeah,
You
it is
said
cheaper.
makes getting health care cheaper. Did you not just say that?
Yeah,
Cheaper and free are
I got
not
it,
the
Dean.
same thing.
Yeah, I
Cheaper
didn't
and
say
free
that
are
it
not
was
the
free.
same thing, friend. So there's
Yeah,
that part.
I didn't say that. I said that they were similar.
Anywho, that you just said they're similar because they make getting healthcare cheaper. You just said that.
He literally
Like
did.
Hector has it on tape, bro. This
Okay,
is
so
being
for example, if
this
I
is
have to
streaming
pay,
on the tube also.
I'll ask you a question here. So if I pay taxes,
You won't ask any more questions. I want you to actually make a point that makes sense because you
Okay,
keep
yeah,
using
great.
words, but you're not sure the words
great,
in
yeah,
which it is that you're
I don't
using.
think we should kill. I don't think we should kill human organisms in the womb. That's my point.
I love it.
I don't
when
know
you
why
guys
you're not
back
trying
yourself in the
to.
corner.
I don't know why you're not trying to actually argue me on
We
my top
we
priority.
literally are arguing
You're
your top
not,
priority
but you don't know what it is
because
you're
I
talking
asked you
about.
a
Let's talk about
question if
pro-life.
you were
Let's talk about
pro-fetus and
pro-life for
pro-children
fetuses.
lives, and you said you're pro both, and then you're coming up here showing that you're quite literally against one of the policies, and only one that we mentioned so far, that would be pro-children's lives. This was your words,
Yeah, so
your argument.
abortion
I asked you
has
the
nothing to
question,
do.
and you're
Yeah,
refusing
abortion
to
has nothing to
acknowledge
do
it.
with children.
Not to
Yeah,
mention,
abortion has
not to
nothing to do with
mention the
children.
health care that would encourage.
Why are you trying to run away from abortion?
I'm not. The coverage that would be
You are. Then
included
talk to me
for
about
women
abortion.
who are trying to have babies would also be substantiated and more so strongly supported with universal health care. Every woman in the United States having effective health care, having the ability to get the exact same care access across the board, would encourage women to have birth, which you don't seem to be for.
Yeah, I'm for not killing humans in the womb. What's your
Yeah.
argument against that?
So this is you trying to dodge the fact that you don't care about children.
Hold on. You're dodging. I'm talking
No,
about
I'm not
abortion.
dodging
You're
at
trying
all.
to talk about
I'm not
universal
dodging at
healthcare.
all. You don't care about
Okay, then
children.
talk to me about abortion.
You don't care about children.
Again, I care about both. Let's talk about abortion
No, you
because
clearly
there is no
don't.
legalized
You
killing.
literally don't.
No, there's no legalized murder of children in this country right now, but there is legalized abortion and killing of fetuses, which are human living organisms. So what's your argument against that?
Two different things. Got you. So you acknowledge that children and fetuses are two different things.
Yeah, and the way we use the definition of a child and the way we use the definition of, say, a baby or a fetus, we're referring to
Got
different
you.
biological states.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for that. Thank you for the acknowledgement that children and fetuses are two different things. Cool, great, wonderful.
Sorry,
fantastic,
not numerically,
exceptional.
not
So since
not numerically
abortions
different.
don't kill children, I don't care. I don't know why you would sit here and
not
make this argument. I
numerically,
don't
not
give a shit.
numerically different. When you say different,
Numerically
I'm
different?
different. Hold on,
Numerically
I'm
different?
Yeah, they're not numerically different. They're
Please
numerically identical.
articulate what that means. What do you mean by that? Numerically different?
Yeah,
Or tell me.
So numerical identity refers to
He's
like once an
19 years old,
organism.
right?
Yeah.
I'm 19.
He's
once
19.
an organism. Once
Did
an
your parents
organism.
ever
oh my
tell
gosh.
you to just respect other people's choices?
See, like I pause. I let you guys speak. I'm trying to say my opinion. That's like kind of like a
No, it's just that it's funny that you
condescending
think that
type of
these things
attack
are
on
up
me.
to
I'm not here to do that.
debate. It's not up for debate.
What's
what
not
another
up for
person
debate?
does with their body, as long as it's not infringing on anyone else's.
Oh my gosh, it's not
it doesn't
infringing on
matter.
anyone else's. You're infringing
No,
on the
it's
person's
not.
body in the womb.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
not.
Thank you for agreeing with
I'm
pro-life.
sorry. Prior to the point of viability, can that human, as you call it, can it survive without the mother? Can it
Yeah, so
survive
can a
outside of the
one-year-old
womb?
baby survive without the mother giving it support?
I'm so sorry. Did you just ask us, can a 1-year-old baby survive without the mother? Is
Yeah,
that
can
what
she?
you just asked? You mean something? You mean something that has been born, right? Is that what
Okay.
you're asking us?
Can a
I'm
one-year-old
sorry.
provide
Why
for
would you
itself?
ask such
It's a yes or no question.
remedial ass question like that?
Hold
Why
on.
would you
Can a
ask that
one-year-old
question?
survive outside of the womb without support? Yes or no?
Can a 1-year-old survive outside of the womb without his mother?
support? Yes or no?
The argument would
Without
be the
support,
It's
that
the
is
kind of
Hold on. Do you know what
quote-unquote
yes or no
support.
means?
That
Just
is a
answer yes or no.
stupid question.
Yeah.
Is it stupid? Why won't you answer it?
That
Can a
is a
one-year-old survive
stupid
outside of the
question.
womb
This is
without
how you're
support?
telling us that you're not actually pro-child. You're simply just pro-birth.
Why are you
This
running
is
around
literally
saying
the
yes
problem
or
with
no?
19-year-olds arguing abortion.
Exactly, especially 19-year-old virgins. Go get the
yes
tip
would be
wet
taking the
first.
affirmative.
Go
Right.
get the
No would
tip
be
wet,
taking the negating
and by
effect.
all means, just go get it wet. Okay, go do that, and then have that conversation about
Why are you
abortion
ad
with the
hominem? Like,
person
what
who
is this
consensually
condescending tone?
allowed you
Why
to
can't we
touch
have a
them.
discussion?
Because I think you all are pieces of shit. That's why. And
That's
abortion
insulting.
isn't something
I don't
that's up
have a
for
negative
debate.
opinion on
All right,
you.
go talk to another white boy about this. Get the fuck on, Hector. I'll send you what I got to. I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck on. Get out of here. I don't care.
You don't send me anything for that.
I'm
No,
sick
you're
and
good.
tired of these kids.
W's in the chat. The
It's
Phoenix
not up for
the
debate.
Thank you. W's in the chat. The Phoenix for the $5 super chat. The military wastes more than enough money on accounting errors to fund universal basic income. I mean, yeah, there is that. Person, you're on the panel. Did you vote for Donald Trump? That was accidental. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, we call the number on screen 737-295-5321. Thank you so much, Phoenix. Mel, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Oh shit! No, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Oh, good.
Because I only supposed. I'm sorry. I just saw you guys. Love you. I joined because I wanted to talk to the little boy, but
Oh,
y'all already booted him.
so we have a thing here that I've decided to incorporate. I'm tired of young boys specifically, and mostly men who do this, trying
Me
to
too.
argue abortion. And since I am not a woman, and I find it ridiculous to sit here and have these arguments with people who don't understand basic definitions or can't even like substantiate their points, or ultimately not pro-children at all, it seems ridiculous to me to engage in those conversations with people who have no problem with the Trump administration doing everything in their power to harm children, but they still want to encourage that fetus being born and then becoming a child to just grow up in a world that's fucking them over.
Absolutely. And I joined when he was speaking about tithing, I guess, to his church and sending money to Africa. And I wanted to ask about that. I wanted to ask about if he understood why people there needed that help. If he went there and talked to women that needed that help, why did that need that? Sometimes there are, I don't know what words I can say. Sometimes things happen that can cause babies to be born and they are not wanted. They're not, there's no consent, if you will. I kind of wanted to know what his stance was on that.
Yeah.
He gives his, dollars and the plate. And I guess that makes him feel like a righteous man, little boy. And I wanted to know what his answer would be for that. But now he's gone, so
Very
I don't
much
know
so.
how that works.
Oh, good.
I've never been here. Hey.
Well, welcome. My name is Hector Talks with Two Arts. It's Eric Ashante. We do this just about every day. I appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much.
Love you. Just followed you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shit. I lost my train of thought because someone asked me if I would be willing to let a woman come up to debate it. Depending on the woman, if I know you, sure. But I already have a woman up on the panel, for one. And for two, again,
Why do people want to debate abortion?
it's about that and the fact that that was that was a
Taylor.
child. I'm sorry, that was a fucking teenager. Like, it was a fucking teenager.
He was 19 years old.
They make this argument to basically pull off this bullshit morality thing, and I feel like he really tore himself apart when he was able to do the very few things that a large portion of them can, which is acknowledge the difference between a fetus and a child. So I'm like, I care about children.
Spin that shit, Taylor.
Fetuses are irrelevant to me. Cool. Better yet, the only fetuses that are relevant to me are the fetuses that a woman consents to develop into a child. That's it. That's all I care about. That's it. That's it.
Okay, so someone in the comment section says it's possible because they're starting a national ban conversation, but yet what does that do? What does debating someone's right to their autonomy do in these types of spaces? That's my only thing. And the reason why I say that is because human rights are simply just non-negotiable. Like, we can discuss actual policy, But when it comes to like what a woman can and can't do with her body, that's not a policy. And I use quotation marks. I know you guys can't see me, but that's literally like the rights to our own autonomy. And what I can say that we can argue like if a man has those same types of legislation against his bodily autonomy, like what he can and can't do with his body, I can debate that part. I can debate the fact that, you know, they don't care about policy that actually impacts babies and children and teens and adults. You know what I mean? I can do that part, but the actual process.
Whereas I've already read things.
The gestational process. I don't think that is something that is like that we should be debating, like whether or not when is it considered a human, or when is it viable, when is it sentient, what's the embryo, what's the sac shit called, like when does it have a heartbeat, like all that jazz, like miss me with that. I just really think that is stupid. And that part, King Red, I agree with you. I don't think that they actually really care about it.
No, they don't.
I don't think that this stuff is just fodder for entertainment at all.
That's precisely why I asked the question that I asked about if they're pro-fetus or pro-child. And I always move the conversation over the children, because they will show every single time they don't give a shit about that child. The second that fetus becomes a child, the second it's born, they go fuck them kids. So to me, it's like, it's irrelevant. It's weird to focus on this one stage, the stage where it would be up to the mother, where you would literally be imposing on her right to privacy, because that's ultimately what Roe v. Wade was about, versus the living, breathing, eating, drinking, loves, hate, joy, sadness child that we have, or children that we have already here, that you guys seem to do nothing to care about. No one gave a shit about the children, or the children currently who are, what's the language? I'm missing the language right now. Who are suffering from food insecurity, and then that was increased by the Trump administration and their cuts to SNAP. No one gave a shit about those children. No one gives a shit about the children that our tax dollars went towards blowing up in the Middle East. No one seems to give a shit about those children. And there's a whole nother conversation about black children that you guys really don't give a flying fuck about, who are the victims of police brutality, and in some cases ICE brutality here in the United States, because the Trump administration supports unapologetic lack of restrictions when it comes to enforcement agencies. Let's talk about those children. And if you want to have me sit here and advocate for a world where those fetuses are born into that world and we just give up on them, you can get fucked. But W's in the chat to Taylor for the $5 Venmo. Ben is still on his daddy's insurance. ACA is a lot now because of the big, beautiful bill. I mean, there's other factors, but sure, absolutely it's gone up because of that. He's 19. He doesn't even get a tax return. He's still a dependent. I don't know. It could be. W's in the chat to Mr. Mike for the $3 Venmo. You know, Hector, I'm old as fuck, and I just got into TikTok about a year and a half, but I really hope that I miss all of the good debaters years ago on the side. These people suck and have marshmallow brains, but they think they're smart. That's wicked worth. There's no such thing as a good Trump-supporting debater. I just want to point that out. That was in the chat to Mr. Michael again for the $3 Venmo. Holy shit, the 19-year-old wants to argue abortion, and he's probably never even had sex. Somebody needs to give this jackass an encyclopedia. I couldn't agree more, Mr. Mike. W's to you. W's in the chat to Tino for the $5 Venmo. Ask him if he supports forced vasectomies. It takes two. Didn't Donald say Mormons aren't Christian? Yes, some people go the forced vasectomy route. I already know the answer to that question, and I have my own methodology for going about abortion debates with these people. But yeah, we typically know the answer to that question, Tino. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Manda Panda for the $2 Venmo. Another pro-life man proving it's just about controlling bodies versus caring about children. Wonder how he feels about our tax money paying for 160 girls, aka children. Thank you so much for that, because I don't know who the fuck you think you are and why the fuck you think I want to see your face. Wonder how he feels about our tax money paying for 160 girls, aka children, being bombed and unalived in Iran. Just brought that up. He needs to stop listening to his parents and think for himself. I mean, he probably believes this shit regardless of his parents, to be honest with you. W's in the chat to Crystal for the $3 Venmo. Did you hear about the Yale study shows how we would save 1 trillion and 114,000 lives a year if we had universal health care? That study specifically, I've had it referenced, but there's a ton. Guys, there's a ton. There's no reason to argue against universal health care. No good one, no viable one, no respectful, responsible one. Not one. Not one.
Okay, so facts.
Yes.
facts and feelings. Like when you join a panel, even if you are a friendly, when you join a panel, if the person isn't aware of you, just ask them, all right, can you turn your camera on? And then you just go from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'm
all,
sorry,
friend.
did he try to turn it on multiple times?
Yeah, you weren't paying attention.
Okay,
but,
cool. There's this thing called
chat
panel
says he's a
decorum.
friendly.
Okay, if he's a friend, get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. If you're a friendly, you don't do that shit. And for two, Trump supporters only request up in the box. Trump supporters only request up in the box. I think that's weird. Panel decorum. Panel decorum. I don't know who you are or why you think you feel the need to have to have your face shown. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you have to say. We have a literal wrong word. An influx of people coming up and like showing their genitals to get lives flagged. Like, show some freaking decorum. Show some freaking decorum. Leonard, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes.
And how old are you?
I am 23.
And do you reside in the United States of America?
Yes.
Which state? I'm in Texas.
I'm in Michigan.
What time is it in Michigan?
Right now it's 7:42.
Okay. Do you regret your vote?
No, I voted for Trump because he is a peacekeeper. He captured the Venezuela dictator, and we had the benefits from it. We took oil from Venezuela. And then he eliminated the potential threat like Iran because they were declaring death to America. They have a nuclear bomb. They don't have nuclear bomb right now, but they're developing nuclear bomb. So he prevented the potential threat to the Western civilization. Exactly. That's why.
Guys, EDT, it would be 742. Places like Lansing, and then in other sections like Menominee, it would be CDT. So,
he's right about Michigan time.
Yeah.
So, are you saying that Donald Trump has been a peacekeeper? He's kept Iran from developing a nuclear weapon?
Exactly. Also.
Oh, but the thing is even as as late as September of last year, the Ayatollah Khamenei, he said himself that they had no desire to develop a nuclear weapon. So they weren't building one.
So do you trust?
And there's no evidence
what he
to support
says?
that they have been.
I mean, it's convenient that he says that they're not developing a nuclear bomb. Because if they
This is
said
a-
so,
Mm-hmm.
if he said they're developing I mean, why should they say they're developing a nuclear bomb? If they say like this, USA keep bombing the Iran. If he said they're not developing a nuclear bomb, why?
What?
I feel like he's looping. He left. You're just looping.
Yeah, that's fine.
He was trying to get it out. He just couldn't get it out.
Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you are over on the tube side, we call the number on screen 737-295-5321. Or if you have a question about midterms, you may request up as well. 928 people in here. If you guys are not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. Continue to share out the live with your friends and family as well. Give it a good repost and add to your story. We had literally got up to 1,100 people in here, and we're not even at 100 shares. Share this out with your friends, your family, your uncles, your baby mamas, your MAGA grandpas. Share it to everybody. Share it to everybody, okay? Make sure you're getting the live out to as many people as possible with the repost and adding to your story. Send your daily heart me's. If you haven't already, heart me's are super important. They only cost 1 coin a week. You get to send cool stickers like this one. I like to send this one because this is what I say. I say 6,000%. That's my yes. That's my 100. That's just my thing. So do that. Knock out the divine fingers here. We have 29 more of those to go. Your gifts are engagement. And Erica and I both have gift galleries. If you click on my name in the top left corner, if you click on hers and you scroll down to the B Lee gift gallery, you may become the title gifter of any of the gifts there. And that's also a fantastic way to support the platform if you're the kind of person that loves to see super duper pretty gifts. Speaking of, Erica loves super duper pretty gifts, including super crackers. So please make sure we're taking care of her as well as run her coins up, because she's going to be gone for 3 days. And we want to make sure we're taking good care of her while she's over here. The way y'all take care of me when I am over there, and we typically do better over here. It's a whole thing. Okay. It's a thing I have to prove. It satisfies my ego. Links in the bio are going to be the best ways to support the platform. Please make sure that you're following me on all social media platforms. Hector Talks with 2 R's on YouTube, that we're doing streaming to right now, and Instagram, where I post the videos that I put up here. Erica has one as well. Erica Shante. Join the Discord community. We are over 790 something members strong, and we actually have a movie night tonight in the next 30 minutes, 29 minutes to be exact. If you want to join and be a part of that, we're going to be watching The Princess Diaries 2. We started The Princess Diaries last night, so make sure you join the Discord. It is free. Check out some merch on the merch shop at hectorshops.com with 2 R's. We can get from several different lines. If you'd like to be a loud lib and speak through your clothes, you can do so at hectorshops.com with 2 R's. And Erica has a shop, ericaeffect.com, where you can get some merch from her as well. And of course, direct donations to the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo is a super duper uber great way to support us and everything that we're doing here. And Erica has a Zelle as well, everything with erica9@gmail.com. Those of you over on the YouTube side, please make sure you hit the like button on the stream, subscribe, and turn on notification bells as well. And if you want to support the platform, super chat, super sticker, and consider becoming a member. And of course, the links are in the description of the live stream.
I just want to say
Nina.
shout out to my mom. Shout out to my mom, because my mom, she got 2 Anywho shirts today from the website, because my mom's awesome.
Mom.
Shout out to my mom.
And thank you guys for knocking out the fingers. Shout out to Erica's mom. Shout out to Erica's mom. See, my mom would never wear any of my shit.
She likes when I say anywho, because I've been saying it for forever.
Oh,
so, yeah. This is what she said. She said, I got 2 of those anywho shirts from your website today. I was like, oh, thank you, mommy. That was so nice of you. Yeah, I got the men's one because the women ones look like tank tops or something. I said, Mom, those are crop tops. Yeah, they crop tops. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
That's
and I was
funny.
like, because it was super cute and I like the colors. I'm not wearing a crop top. I'm not doing that. So I got the men's shirts. I was like, okay, Mom, good job. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah.
I know a lot of women like that. They get like men's clothing because they'll say like they like the sizes, and in some cases even more comfortable. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And pockets when it comes to pants.
It is.
I'll be having pockets.
It is. I like boyfriend jeans because they're looser and they're comfy. Straight leg, or not straight leg, but like skinny jeans and all that jazz. No. Yeah.
That's valid.
So I get it.
That's valid. You need a all right like hat. That's what you need. That's the saying.
All
before
right.
I was just watching your clip on Instagram, the one that you did of the dude who was trying to argue. What was he arguing? It was the one who
How many
did
times
the
did I say it?
Democrat Party thing, and I just gotta laugh.
How many times did I say it?
How? Because it's kind of like a filler word to help you process what you're saying and articulate it in a good way. Because I feel like I talk very fast sometimes, and because I talk so fast, it'll fuck up what I'm saying. Whereas you'll take your time, and then your filler word is like, all right. It's actually pretty cool.
It's how I talk to my kid, though. That's why. Because I'm getting affirmation that you understand, like not affirmation, but confirmation that you understand what it is that I'm saying to you. So I'm like, all right, I got to stop doing that. I'm talking to other adults. I'm not talking to a 12-year-old.
No,
But sometimes I feel like I'm talking to a 12-year-old.
I was just about to say, no, you don't, because it's how you speak. And for 2, if that's what you use to get your point across and to get confirmation from them, we have to do that on a daily basis. With these people. I'm so tired of saying shit to them and them some cases repeating that shit back and then somehow answering to something I never said. And then there's a pivoting. They pivot like a motherfucker.
That part.
They can't stay on nothing. On nothing. So weird.
That part is just highly annoying. But I think it's crazy how you have like over 900 people in total watching between the 2 platforms. and no calls, nothing. Chat, we need to drop our favorite hashtags in the chat, okay? Let's go ahead. If you're on the TikTok, let's drop hashtag divorce. They even like hashtag MAGA Trump 2028, and they love to fish. All right. Please don't make me sing, because I will sing. Totally.
Ooh.
Polly does say MK a lot. I was noticing that the other day. Not hashtag Drewski. Hashtag Moist is wild. Nussy in chief. We
I
are
feel
Charlie
like
Kirk.
hashtag dry would be more appropriate for them. I want to see, because I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Aisha Wahab. She is posed to win Swalwell's seat in California, and I'm not the most informed about her policies, actually. So I'm curious to see what she has going on here. Oh yeah, because she won the special election.
Someone says she's a progressive.
Let's see. Bible days, we're closing days of race, 2 ties. Ooh. In the closing days of the race, several super PACs, including 2 with ties to the American APAC, spent millions on advertisements on television and social media targeting the district's voters in the suburbs east of San Francisco. United Democracy Project APAC Super PAC spent roughly $2.5 million primarily denouncing Miss Wahab. So first and foremost, she beat APAC. She beat APAC. W's to her. She beat APAC. W's to her. I'm going to do some more reading in a second. What's your username?
My name is Carolyn. I'm sorry. That was my daughter who made my thing tiny as toes. I'm sorry about that.
Got you. Carolyn, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I will be honest, I was originally a Republican, but in this election, I did vote for Kamala, but my husband actually voted for Trump. And the only reason I voted for Kamala is mainly because I don't support Trump's character, considering he is a predator and a bunch of different things. And I'm not a MAGA, but I do hold to the Republican beliefs, but I don't support Trump. But my husband, I wish he was here. He's not here right now, because I would say, like, you could talk to him and ask him why. But he told me he voted for Trump mainly considering, like, his policies with immigration and those kinds of things that matter. I don't know too much about Trump's policies, but I know that they weren't good. So can you, like, tell me some stuff that I can, like, maybe say to him to, like, ask him, like, or really just defend, like, why you should have voted for Kamala instead of Trump?
Kamala. So all right, cool. If the thing that he cites, which is what they mostly cite, is going to be associated with immigration, then you can ask him, is he pro, let's say, what they allege, net zero migration to the United States, no matter the cost? I think when you look at the cost of it, in regards to what we have spent, what we are spending on lawsuits because of the violation of due process rights, the Americans or legally authorized citizens who have been thrown in detention centers or killed, Renee Nicole Good, Alex Preddy, Keith Porter Jr., so many others, and the fact that his executive orders for the large part have been stopped by lower courts because of their unconstitutional basis. You can ask him if he thinks all of that is worth net zero migration. Not to mention, you can always go back to 2024 and the fact that we had a bill on the books that Republicans said no to under Donald Trump's orders to actually legislatively fix the issues at the border. That's the big thing.
And
We can all agree on immigration reform, right? We can all agree on sometimes it could pose a threat if we just don't know who's coming in, but statistically the majority of people who do are not criminals and we're safer around them than Americans, not to mention the methodology that Trump's using to go about it is just fucking horrible, and it literally puts certain people at risk, which is marginalized communities, just based off of skin color.
Yeah, my husband is an African American, but he still voted for Trump, and I was confused on why you voted for somebody who doesn't even support you in the first place. But I will definitely I don't want to take up your time considering I didn't vote for him, but I will say, like, I appreciate you telling me that because that was like his main point.
I really want you to come back with him here. I really want to talk to him.
I'll do my best when he gets, because he's currently at work right now, and I'm just sitting here waiting. He comes home at around like 9:30 or so. So if he's back by then, then I'll definitely come back on, and you can talk to him.
All right, cool. I'm live most days around 3 p.m. CST. We're cutting it short today because I have a movie night in my Discord. But tell him that a black left guy on TikTok said that black men don't fear nothing, so he shouldn't run from black men who will challenge his beliefs. Tell him that.
Okay, I'll do that. And I appreciate you for telling me that because I respect your belief.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming up. I really want to talk to that guy. I really
about my eardrums.
I really want to talk to that guy. I have to fix the gain and all that shit. I need a new mic. What's this guy's username here? I'm gonna call you
Are you a Trump supporter?
BQ, are you a Trump supporter? BQ, I will give you 10 seconds to respond. You are not muted. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can come back up if you're ready to talk, unless it was accidental. Damn. Sean, I'm about to paint before I even... Shit! That's crazy. Did you need a magic mic? Stop that. You stop that. You stop that right there. You cut that out. No, I'm going to get the good one. I'm going to get the bougie one that Erica has. I'm going to get the Shure one, but laptop is priority. Laptop is priority. So we're going to get that super duper soon. I don't think I need to go over with y'all all my issues with Donald Trump. You know, everyone asks me, what has Donald Trump done to hurt you specifically? That's a new gotcha that they try. Thank you so much, Crony, for the Keymaster gift. What has Donald Trump done to personally impact you? And I'm just like, one, I'm not a selfish bastard. Donald Trump doesn't have to negatively impact me for me to care about the other people he's negatively impacting. I find it especially interesting when Christians bring that up because y'all are supposed to care about everyone because Jesus was a socialist, borderline communist, essentially. Second separate topic. But also, Donald Trump has done quite a bit to impact me personally. I don't talk about all the different ways, but I will talk about this one. The computer that I was trying to get a few months ago, that was $2,100 is now $2,800. Donald Trump and his stupid fucking war in Iran and his ridiculous inflation numbers skyrocketed inflation to what it was before it slightly went down. And now it's taken me longer to get the laptop that I need to carry on with my streams. Yeah. Thank you so much, Nina, for the swan. I think that knocks out the ones in the gift gallery. Thank you so much, Nina, for becoming the title gifter of the swans. I appreciate you. BG, you requested right back up again. Do you hear us? BG, do you hear us? Okay. Trump supporters request up in the box. You with the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. And if you're over on the tube side, we call the number on screen 737-295-5321. Is this guy loading up for you? Because he's not loading up for me, Erica. Matthew?
Not for me. But so you're telling me you can't hear this? It's really low for you?
I don't hear it at all. The first time you pressed it, I heard something. No, I hear my echo now. I have an echo.
5 seconds.
Yeah. Dawn, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Comments on the national debt, since this is kind of related to federal spending, and we'll get to that.
Dawn, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
And do you regret your vote?
She is now suggesting that she joined the Democratic
Ma'am, we hear whatever you're playing in the background. Can you mute that or lower the volume and answer the question?
Cuban population.
Hello? Okay. She hit a skedaddle. She said in the comments that she does not regret her vote, so I sent her an invite. I guess she didn't want to deal with the smoke. She didn't want to deal with the smoke. Sounds like she's watching OAN or Newsmax. Yeah, I heard something about ovulation and blah, blah, blah. Erica's fixing
Oh,
her
maybe
thing.
that'll be the reason why it wasn't working. Okay, now can you hear it?
Yes.
Now you can hear it? Okay, I figured it out.
Okay.
I had to take off the I had to bring back the chain links or whatever the hell it's called. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but whatever. Anywho, I'll just do that on this one. I'm gonna have to fix it between when I go live and all that jazz.
What time you going live?
I'm going live today. The spirit is not hitting me to go live.
Okay. You know what? I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm on crunch time. You know,
They never treat me like they're gonna miss me anyways, Hector. It's okay.
I paid my car note, my rent, my phone bill.
Proud of you.
And all these things a week early. So now between now and the 31st, wait, hold on. It's August. 30 days of September, April. Yeah, I got it.
Laptop.
Now and the 31st, everything will go towards the laptop. So that's my goal. So I'm gonna be in y'all's faces every fucking day until then. I just want to let y'all know. And Erica will be live tomorrow. But we only have 15 minutes left before we
I'm
start.
not gonna
the
be
movie
live
night.
tomorrow.
Oh shit.
I'll
Damn.
be
So
live again probably until either Sunday night. That depends because I can't remember what time we get back. But I know I'm going live Monday, and then I may go live Tuesday, but I'm not sure because Tuesday I'll be in Vegas for shooting for the show. So, yeah, and definitely not going live Wednesday.
I'm taking applications for a temporary replacement for Erica for the weekend.
Like hell you are.
I said temporary. Damn. I said temporary. It's only for the 3 days. You can always pop up whenever if you can. Damn.
Why is Shauna putting that sticker in the chat?
Which one? I don't know. Erica withdrawal?
Don't
Yeah,
get it.
y'all finna get Erica withdrawals. I'm sorry, I can't entertain y'all the way that Erica can. I'll do my best though. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to give. Hold, please.
What name are you saying? Did they do the thing?
Bet. I
It's the
got
way
you.
You did your face. What's happening?
I got you. I got you on the back end. I got you. Send me or just send me a message, right? And I'll be able to get that. I got you. I got you. Yo, I love the left sometimes. I love us. There's just too many folks out here moving like there are no consequences for their actions. W's in the chat to Skewer for the $9.99 super chat. Laptop fun. Thank you so much, Skewer. I appreciate that. What brand? So I'm getting me a whatchamacallit. It's gonna be a Mac top. I know that's not what it's called. Jesus Christ. Fuck it. I'm calling it that. It's gonna be a Mac top. I'm getting me a Mac top. Because I have a Thing Mini, and the main reason why I wanted to transition over to Windows before was because Studio did not have TikTok Studio didn't have a Mac application, and now that they do, and it runs pretty smooth. In fact, the update that I got today made it even smoother, surprisingly. I'm just gonna stick with what I know. It would also eliminate the need for me to get an additional camera because I have the easy plug up to my iPhone. This is not some bougie ass, I don't know, nice ass camera. This is my iPhone camera, the rear iPhone camera that I'm using. So I don't have to deal with additional plugins and extra shit to figure that out on Windows if I get
And
that.
he has like an iPhone 11.
I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max, but it's still old as shit. I got that phone in 2022, and I think it was already out. I think it was out since 2021 or early 2022, I want to say. So yeah, there's that. Oh, Shauna's in the request. Somebody did something wrong. It wasn't me.
I put that sticker in the chat of me yelling because you're leaving me, Erica.
Oh.
That's one. Also, I know I'm a certified crash out, but I can host for 3 days.
Shauna, don't bother.
What the heck is that, Miss Penny?
What the fuck?
That was awesome, Miss Penny.
W Penny. W
Where is this song
Penny.
Oh my god.
That was freaking cool. She's so
W, Miss
happy she
Hey,
got
Miss
this
Penny,
soundboard.
drop some hearts in the chat for Miss Penny.
We just had a free concert. That was
We
insane.
really did.
That
Shout
was
out to
pretty
Penny.
awesome. What was
Shout out to
that?
Miss
We need to see
P.
1,000 W's in the chat for Miss Penny. Okay, I'm cheered up, Miss Penny. Thank you.
Shout out to Miss P. Thank you so much. Cheer up, everyone. We're doing our best. We're doing our best. Was that what that gift was? Was that the Erica Gone Cope gift? Was that what that was?
She sent it to you, not me.
I'm the one who's gonna be coping. Yes, I'm the one who's gonna be coping. Yeah.
I don't get it. All right. The BQ person keeps requesting up, but they don't say anything. Do they know that they're in the
They
pocket?
keep liking the live. I think maybe the phone's in their pocket or something.
Hey, BQ. Are you aware of the fact that you're on a TikTok panel with over 625 people watching on TikTok and 108 people listening? 113 people listening on YouTube.
BQ.
See, that's why I didn't say anything, Miss Penny. That's why I didn't say anything, because I knew. I'm like, if you thought that was cool for me, she about to really. I knew.
She about to go off. She about to go off.
This person, I don't know.
I'll take care of it.
He can't hear the pocket progressives. Yeah, just
The pocket progressives is funny.
Pocket progressives is funny. W's in the chat to Reagan for the $5 Venmo. I don't know if you wanted me to read this out loud, but you didn't say don't read aloud, so I'm gonna read it. They ask if I'm single. I am in a committed relationship to the streets. And the streets is Hector Talks with 2 R's. I'm in a committed relationship to my career. Yeah. Big W's in the chat to what? Oh,
I didn't believe that women were that bold, but they are. They are bold. I didn't believe it. Like I had some my male creative friends say that you'd be surprised what my inbox looks like. I'm like, it's nothing compared to mine. I believe them now.
Now, you know what? There's a whole conversation we got to have on the back end now, because you out here just discrediting me this whole fucking time. But that's a separate conversation.
You're not the only male creator friend I have.
I'm aware of that, but I'm saying my stories alone. Shit, I've had some crazy stories. That's some crazy stories. W's in the chat to Mr. Milford or NR Milford. I just want to let you know I read that so wrong at first when I saw MILF. For the $20 super chat for the laptop fun. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yay, laptop fun.
W's in the chat to you. I appreciate that.
Let's get you a laptop.
I'm going to tell y'all what just happened, actually. So I used to say I'm in a committed relationship in the streets until I realized that still encourages DMs. So I had to change it. I'm in a committed relationship to my career. My political career is all that matters to me. So please leave me alone. W's in the chat too. Thank you for your donation, though. I thought I had another one. That's good. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's and Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat, super sticker, or consider becoming a member.
She did it again.
God so cool!
Damn, Miss Penny. God damn.
That's so cool!
Spin that shit. Spin that.
W Miss Penny. W Miss Penny. YouTube.
Miss Penny.
The good news about when I get the laptop and I'm able to change the format of my streaming is that I'm going to have everything that happens on here, YouTube will be able to see, including the GIFs and the drop pools and everything else. So it's actually going to be pretty fucking dope. But my computer, as it sits right now, can't handle it. Can't handle it. W's in the chat to Miss Penny. Big W's in the chat to Miss Penny. I appreciate your support. Guys, her links are also available in the bio. Excuse me. Please make sure you're taking care of Erica while she's here. And I know you can be.
That was a movie, Miss
TikTok
Penny. Thank you so much, Miss Penny.
So we only need 3K more or 4K more to beat your last goal. Because the last time, the most goal? You got up here.
Oh, the record.
You got 20. I can't remember if it was 24 or 25. I'm going to say 25. 25K. So like 3K more, you'll beat that goal. And again, I just want to let y'all know that y'all take care of Erica over here better. And I pride myself on that record. I just want to say that.
I think I'm going to say, I think that says a lot about your people. And I think that's a good thing. Ooh, Bubba.
Was I kicked on
I'm
purpose?
sorry,
I'll
I'm talking to
leave
the
if
kid.
I were.
Who kicked you? I thought you left.
I don't know. No,
I didn't kick you.
Who kicked you?
I don't know. I was like, oh damn.
I thought you left with the BQ
I literally
person.
thought she left. Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's a
No.
TikTok glitch.
Did it
then.
say disconnected by anyone?
I didn't catch it.
Oh, thank you so much. W's in the chat to Chaos. W's in the chat to Chaos for the Guardian gift. Shout out to you.
He gonna be next week's guardian. Shout out to
Oh, is
Mr.
that-
Jackson 5 Nostrils.
I don't know how that works. Like they go.
Yeah,
Guardian.
so when you send it like this time of the week, you're gonna be next week's guardian. So he'll have the badge and everything next week. Like this week, I'm your guardian.
You sent me a Guardian this week?
Yeah, look in the chat. I'm gonna put, hey nigga.
I don't know how to.
Oh,
Watch.
thank you, Mel. Thank
Look at my name. I have the guardian badge.
Oh, I do remember when
See?
you sent it now, but I didn't know it was a thing. Keeps you from losing a
want to be a
fragment?
guardian.
Oh.
Yep.
Why am I not seeing your comment? I don't see your comment.
Oh, I put, hey. Oh, you didn't see it? I just put,
Did it
hi.
filter it?
Hi, Hector. Probably.
I don't see
You
it.
probably did.
I don't have
There
any
you
type
go.
of filter on there.
I would like
I
the
just- I
Hectuas
put
and the
it.
Hectivist to know today is Frankie's birthday. He's turned 1 year old today.
Happy birthday to a real G.
Happy birthday to a
And-
real G.
He tried to bite me, but that's okay. I still love him.
You're a real one.
There's somebody in the
Great.
request. Y'all want to have a 4-minute debate? No, they left.
Sure.
They left.
Probably 30 seconds.
They left. That took no time. I did not know what that was for this entire time. See, this goes to show I don't be knowing these TikTok thingamajiggies. I try to prioritize links in the bio because TikTok takes most of the gifts. The gifts are still cool and they still support, especially when it comes to the gift gallery. Do your best to always clear the gift gallery for your favorite creators because that helps a lot in the algorithm.
back.
But I didn't know things.
I'm going to get that Adam's dream one day. I promise you.
One day, Eric,
Hello.
you wanted this, so
What's this?
You got 3 minutes, buddy.
Who is this person? Why did he
Me.
leave?
Oh no, are we?
Okay. Hi, Dread. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
I'm 21.
21? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And do you regret your vote?
No, not really, no.
Okay. Why not? Why don't you regret your vote?
I think we still have a lot of work to do with the immigrant situation at the moment.
That means you're looking towards the future. I'm saying, why don't you regret your vote? Like, so that means what has Donald Trump done that you support, friend?
His
Yes.
activity with the immigrants.
His activity with the immigrants. Do you mind elaborating?
So at the moment, he's deploying countermeasures to these groups of people in order to try and get them out of the country, essentially.
I can hear him smiling through his vocal
What the
fry.
fuck is he talking
Through
about?
ICE and other initiatives.
Yeah, they're being extremely violent and they're violating people's due process rights. So do you think
Well-
that undocumented immigrants don't have a right to due process?
It's a contested area for me. I don't think they should even be. We can work into that, I guess.
No,
And
I'm
I think
asking you
violent
straight
is
up. Do
very,
you
know,
think
it's
that
a very,
we
tasty
can walk
word, I
straight
guess.
right into it?
Okay,
Do
like we
you
don't have to say
believe
stuff
that
like that, right?
undocumented immigrants have a right to due process?
Why?
Sir, that's literally like a yes or no question.
What did you say?
That's
I
it.
thought you said they do have due process.
I'm asking you, I said, do you believe that undocumented immigrants have a right to due process? That's
do
the
I
third
think
time
they do
I'm
now,
asking
like
you.
under current laws? Or should they?
Under current laws is wild. Do you think that they
What?
have a right to due process? Yes
Yeah,
or no?
under current laws they do.
Yes, exactly. They do. Okay. And Donald Trump is violating their due process rights.
That's kind
Why
of an
was that
appeal
so
to
hard
law
for
though.
you?
Like if this
It's an
was like
appeal to law. I'm
because
sorry,
if
is
this
Donald
was
Trump
like the
supposed to follow
1700s and you were like,
what is the purpose of
is
the
it good
executive
to own
branch?
people? Right?
What is
I don't know, man. I
what
would
is
say no, it's not good
what
to own
is the
people.
job of the executive branch?
The job of the executive branch is to
create laws
Oh my God.
Great
and
laws.
vote on them.
What's a great
No,
laws?
that's not the executive branch's job, bro.
It
Are you
is actually. It
serious?
is. Look it up.
No, it's not. The executive branch's job is to actually uphold the law. The
No, actually, that's
legislative
the
branch creates and
Oh no,
votes
I
on
got it mixed up. I got it
legislation.
mixed up. I got it mixed up.
Were you about to actually try to argue that?
It's the fact that he said no, it's not
Legislative
look it
is
up.
the
It's the look it up
legislative is the job
I
creators.
really want that part
Or
clipped
the
too.
law
I have
creators.
3
I
clips
was-
from this live,
No,
Hector,
you won't
that I
get me there.
need.
You won't get me there.
I was
Okay,
literally just
I
gonna
have 3
say,
clips.
y'all already gave me a clip on the way
I know
out.
you guys
That's
got all
crazy.
excited and shit.
That's crazy. I mean,
3. I
yeah.
have 3 clips from this live specifically that I need.
I'm
Why?
gonna just
What the
download
fuck?
it as soon as I'm done. It was the look it up
Bruh.
for me. Whoo!
What do you
Goodness
mean?
gracious.
It was
W
a
Nina.
look it up. Oh wait, I got that wrong.
You thought I looked it up that fast?
Thank you, Nina. Appreciate you, friend. Draw some hearts for Nina.
Thank you, guys.
Send that shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you
Spin that shit.
guys.
Yeah. Spin that shit. Spin it.
Thank you guys
Say
so
that
much
again.
for the gifts. Thank you.
Yeah, you're totally right, Shauna. I forgot to say it that way. My bad.
Really quickly.
Thank you guys so much.
W's in the
for
chat to
gas.
Wesley for the $5 super chat for the laptop fun. Also, hi Hector and Erica, much love. And chat, hit the like button, tap the screen,
Laptop
like
fun.
and subscribe. 6,000%, guys. Make sure you're doing all the good
It's a
things over there.
MacBook, bitch.
Hit the like button on the stream,
MacBook.
subscribe, and turn on notification bells as well.
Begging,
If you wanna
panhandling,
support the
modern
platform,
panhandling.
Super chat, super sticker, or consider
called
becoming
support.
a member. Hey, what do you do for work, kiddo?
Okay.
What do you do for work? What do you do for work?
I bet that's what the fucking
What do you do for
panhandlers
work?
called it too.
Yeah, what do you do for work? Thank you, Jania, for the Panther pause. Spin that shit. What do you do for work, buddy?
Fucking support.
What do you do for work, buddy? You're not answering my question. You want to answer that question?
What do you want?
What do you do for work?
I do actually. I have a Frankenstein of incomes right now,
Yeah, cool.
What the fuck does that mean?
but my primary income comes from B2B insurance.
B2B insurance. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool. Do you enjoy what you do?
In the summer, yeah.
Oh, wow. You didn't sound so sure.
No, I don't really.
Yeah.
Hector, he's unemployed.
I appreciate your honesty. So say I were to believe you and your several revenues of income. I find it interesting how much of you guys have an issue with what I do. I do political commentary and advocacy for policies that work on behalf of the majority of Americans. I enjoy what I do and I make money off of it. And I think that really bothers you guys, but that's a personal problem. I would strongly encourage you to find different employment and get good at something versus crying about what I'm exceptional at. With that being said, follow the backup. Follow the backup. Follow the backup at the top of the panel. I'm going to join. I'm going to join here on the Discord on my backup. We're going to get into the VC because we have a movie to watch. So,
Like the first one.
if you are a member of the Discord, then you're already in there. We're about to start it. I'm already in there on my backup once we end the stream here. If you're not a member of the Discord and you would like to watch The Princess Diaries 2 with us, we watched the first one last night. Feel free to join. If you're over on YouTube, the link in the description of the live stream. Here, the link in the bio on Tickety Talk. You're going to see the Discord icon. Click on that icon. On TikTok, it may give you an issue of allowing you like in through the TikTok browser. Open the link up in your own browser, and then that will send you a direct invite to the Discord community. Follow the prompts and you'll be fine. I'll give it roughly 3 to 5 minutes from when we end the stream to start it to give everyone time to get in. Then we're going to go watch that movie. But right before we get up out of here, hit that follow button. If you're not following me, if you like what we do here, you want to support everything, hit that follow button. Please make sure you're following Erica as well. Don't follow Shauna. Shauna don't like it when weirdos follow her. If you're not weird, you can try at her
No, wait a minute.
request.
I've been posting some content. What the? You trying to suppress it?
Never mind. Follow Shauna. Follow Shauna.
Thank you thank you for seeing. You're so close to 25. You're so close. You're so close, Erica.
It says showing 25 for me.
Oh, yeah.
It's showing
I'm at
25 for me.
24.6.
Oh, it's just rounding up
close.
on the phone. Okay, or excuse me,
I have a
on studio.
question.
Yes.
Did you see Donald Trump? It was a few days ago, but I read someone's post about it today. Donald Trump did a thing at the White House, and he like had a 16-year-old lifeguard there and a 10-year-old kid that the lifeguard had saved. And like a CNN reporter asked him about South Korea and North Korea.
Quiet, you're
Basically,
rude.
the question was like, Yeah, like you're rude and it kept telling her to be quiet. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Just one time for the road.
Spin that shit. Yeah. Spin that shit. Spin that.
Yes.
You guys rock.
But so the thing is that did you see the part where he tried to involve the 10-year-old kid in it?
Mm-hmm.
And like asked the kid, like, isn't she rude or some shit like
Thank
that?
you, Malzone.
Like, that's not okay.
At all.
You don't do that. Like, this dude literally is the worst fucking human being to be president. You don't involve kids in adult business like that. It's not okay. And trust me, when I say that it's a certain demographic of people, narcissists, that do that, narcissists. They did because they need someone to be on their side. He needed someone in that moment to tell him that he was right. Just disgusting.
I think we should raid.
Wow, Amanda. Do an Erica raid.
Milk Dud raid.
Only because you're going away. That's fair. I think we should raid Ari. Ari is absolutely. Ari is live with Queen V Lee right now. All right.
Oh, awesome.
And we support smart fucking women over here. We support smart fucking women over here. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be messy. Okay. So two of my favorite women creators on this app are live co-hosting together. They're arguing, Republicans and Trump suck, and they're 6,000% correct. On Ari's platform, Mermaid Ari 0, they only have 160. So we can get them up to 300. I think there's 4 at least.
Wild.
We can get them up to 300. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to do, just to be messy.
Start?
92,000 likes. Not really. It's algorithm thing. It's been an algorithm thing for her specifically. So what I want y'all to do, first and foremost, follow my backup before I drop the account down, because we gotta get this movie started. Follow my backup, okay? Follow everybody. Secondly, when you get into Ari's live, because Queen has her account on the profile, I want you to give Queen the Panther paws, because Wakanda forever, Black Power. Give Queen the Panther paws, and give Ari the hanging lights. Okay? Give Queen the Panther paws and gift Ari the hanging lights or whatever. I just want to make sure y'all send the Panther paws to Queen because she knows what's up. Sisterhood, brotherhood. All right. So give Queen the Panther paws and give Ari the hanging lights. Do that. So we're gonna go ahead and raid Ari, and I think we can do the same on YouTube. Yes, we can. When you guys get over there, make sure that you say Hector raid. Say Erica raid. Fuck it. Say Erica raid. All right, say Erica raid. Do it for one of two reasons. One, let her know the love and support is coming from Erica. And two, to stroke Erica's ego, okay? Erica raid in Ari's live. I'll see y'all over there. Thank you so much, YouTube, for being here. Your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscriptions, super chats, super stickers, and your memberships. I did miss this one. W's in chat to Mr. Wesley for the $5 super chat. Calling creators grifters or panhandlers, so stupid. Does that make NPR and PBS grifters and panhandlers? Does that make some of their most favorite prominent right-wing creators panhandlers? Does that make Donald Trump a billionaire who still begs for money panhandlers? Yeah, by their logic.
Well, yes, it does make the right-wing ones like Andrew Wilson, the Jordan Peterson, the Nick Fuente. I say names, I don't give a fuck. All right. Yes, they are, in fact. Did you see, do you know, you're about to leave. You have a movie. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, just on the
sorry, y'all.
All right. Mermaid RE0 YouTube, you don't have to do anything because it's going to automatically redirect you to her live. I wish TikTok Studio would add that. That would be so fucking cool. But to the rest of y'all, Mermaid RE0, when you get there, make sure that you say Hector. Why is my thing not opening? OBS isn't opening. I can't end it yet. The fuck? All right, YouTube, go raid Ari. Bye, everybody. Love y'all.
Thank you, guys.
I don't know why. Where is Studio? Studio will not let me end. What the fuck is happening? The fuck is happening? I can't load Studio up. Or not Studio, OBS. I literally cannot load OBS up. What the fuck is happening right now? Hold please. Hi y'all. 1 second. I'm trying to end my live and OBS is acting the fuck up. What the fuck is happening? But yeah, we're about to get it started shortly. We're a little bit behind. We're a little bit behind. Did it end? Did it end automatically? What is happening? No, it's still showing that I'm live. How to find Ari stream? No, so what happens is I have a redirect feature. And the second that I end the live on OBS, it will take you there, but I can't. OBS is glitching like fucking crazy. I literally cannot open it up. So if I end OBS, will it end my stream? I guess we're gonna have to do that. Hold please. Sorry, y'all. Open it, login, show in Finder, show all windows. Yeah, I can't. It's not opening up OBS. I don't know what's happening. All right, I'm gonna try ending OBS, and then I think that'll end the stream. Regardless, it should take you over there. If it doesn't take you over there, Mermaid Ari is